Hello, and welcome to the next installment of The Comics Dividers. We're your hosts, and we're here to host this show, in which we talk about comic books that have come out in recent days, our feelings about them, and just generally giving away the entire plot.
I feel like you should be doing an Orson Welles voice while announcing us.
I'm pretty sure that is his Orson Welles voice.
That's a bad.
That's
Orson
not my
Welles.
Orson Welles voice.
That's a bad
dare
Orson.
you.
That's a bad Orson
I
Welles
can't
voice.
do my Orson Welles voice because I'm too tired, so we're not getting into that.
That's fair.
To my right is Alex Luthor, the guy who's definitely not bald.
First of all, his name is actually fucking Alex, so you could have just said Alexander Luthor.
Yeah, but who cares?
Alexander Luthor
is a bad
was
name.
the man who
It's a
fucking
bad name.
convinced Superboy Prime to go on a killing spree.
It's a bad name.
Alexander?
It's a bad
Alexander's
name.
a fucking dope name.
Would you say
Exactly.
it's a great name?
No.
Yes. Yes, I would.
It's a Luthorian name, which is now a verb I created that means better than great.
It is pretty great. For Lex Luthor. Yeah, he's to my right. And to my left, John Bon Jovi. That's right. The singer John Bon Jovi's here. Say hello, John Bon Jovi.
How's it going? Just got my hair feathered. Nice to be here.
Are you a cowboy?
No, but I am wanted.
Are you alive?
Dead or alive, actually.
On a steel horse?
On a steel horse I ride.
Don't sing. We don't have the rights.
there we go. And that's enough Bon Jovi forever.
And lastly,
Kill us.
me, the man who I always forget to introduce.
I think I introduced you last time.
Someone
Yeah,
did.
but I forgot to introduce.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's fair.
I have one job on this show, and that's to introduce people. Make bad jokes. 2 jobs. 3, make the audio pop so Alex has a nightmare of work.
That is true. You do make the audio pop. that is your job.
Yes. Yeah, I'm Spuds. Hey, how's it going? Real name redacted. So anyways, what books are we discussing this week? We're gonna each name one book.
First up, we're gonna be talking about Thor #1.
John, what's book number 2?
Book number 2 is Nancy Drew, the gritty, semi-gritty reboot of the beloved children's character
As
in
gritty
comic
as
book form.
Kelly Thompson can get.
Dude, more to the point, like
With
I mean,
Sanjay.
all right, well,
We'll get to that point.
We'll get to
Saint
it.
Ong, whatever pronounce his last name.
But also with a fabulous Tula Lotte cover.
Oh
Like,
my
let's
god!
not let that go.
It's my three
by the
favorite
wayside.
things: Kelly Thompson, Tula Lotte, and Jen Saint Ong.
You can't even pronounce her last name.
Ong, I will tweet her. I will
Dude,
at her
it's comics.
to like
Nobody's ever
pronounce
seen
it.
anything actually
Like,
pronounced.
It's
Like,
Curtis
we're
Weeb all over again.
We're all
This
just
is
guessing.
Jeff Johns all over again. How do you pronounce his name?
It's
Geoff?
No, it's Johns. Johns. How is that even that hard?
Johns.
Johns.
And what is
Jeff.
the third book we're talking about?
Immortan Hulk.
Witness
Immortal
me.
Hulk?
Yes.
The Immortal Hulk, the relaunch of the actual Bruce Banner Hulk.
Yes.
Back and better than ever.
He's dead.
Back and the
He's
samest
not.
as
Obviously,
ever.
he is immortal. Ergo, not dead.
Story solved. We don't have to talk about it now. And then finally, we have Justice League #1.
The
New
Just Ice
Justice
League.
New Justice League, so good.
Oh my god.
It
It's
is
so-
very good.
it's
It's
so good.
also
It's over, like,
extremely Snydery.
Which makes it better.
I'm not saying that as a bad thing.
It's
Did it
okay.
sound like I said that as
There's
a
a
bad
few.
thing?
Yeah,
There's a
kinda.
few specific
Fuck
panels. in
Scott
there.
Snyder. I'll fight him right now.
Squared circle.
I'm sorry,
and
Scott Snyder.
also, as a corollary to that, we will be discussing the end of No Justice.
What's the corollary?
Side thing that leads to another thing.
Oh, like
In relation.
correlation.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly so.
Is that like corollary plus relation? Correlation?
No, yes, I mean, I guess.
Corollary relation.
I don't know how you're thinking of both of these two words, but yes, you could say that. In some cases, that is the case. So at any rate, Thor #1.
Alex, please introduce Thor #1.
Ooh. So Thor #1, written by none other than Jason Aaron himself.
Jason Aaron.
Just Jason Double Aaron.
Jason Aaron, I
And-
believe it's pronounced.
Mike
fine.
Del Mundo, which is not the guy who does Vision. That's someone else.
Well, you might remember him from his artwork of
Weird World.
Once Upon a Time. The comics.
Nobody remembers anything. About
Anyway,
Once Upon a
we
Time.
finally get an answer
I
to the
remember
golden
all
to
about
why.
Once Upon a Time. That show is spectacular.
Dude, it's bootleg fables.
And
At
I don't
best.
care. Like, literally everyone on that show is gorgeous. Everyone.
Even the kid.
That's fucking
You need to
television.
step back.
Everybody
Everyone
on
but-
every show. Is
Everyone
gorgeous.
above the age of 18 is gorgeous.
Anyway,
I'm assuming that Red Riding Hood in that show is above 18. That's for me.
I mean, sure. Let's go
I
with
guess whatever.
that.
Anyway, Thor #1. We talked about Thor a little while ago, and we try to figure out how he gets his gold arm. And guess what? Our answers have still not been answered.
Why would you think it
Questions
would be
have
in
not
the
been
first issue?
I just wanted, one of the dwarves to be like, "Hey, Thor, how's that gold arm I made working for you?" And he goes, "'Tis be good." And
So
then
you wanted them to write exposition. This isn't a fucking anime. This is a comic book.
what's the difference?
One is a comic book,
I repeat, what's the difference?
and the other
Back
is an
to-
anime.
Back to Thor, you uncultured swine.
More to the point, like, after he's already had a false arm for the last...
Yeah, he's got that sweet black Uru arm, and now it's
Yeah.
gold for some reason.
Yeah, no, it got destroyed in the Valhalla.
Yeah.
So, like,
When I
now
stepped
he
on it.
just gets another one. Like, I think at this point we have kind of moved beyond the point where we need to explain why Thor's arm is a specific way again.
I
No.
You know what I
guess.
mean? Like, unless he gets the destroyer arm, like, unless you actually have to physically show him ripping an arm off a destroyer so he can attach it to his severed arm hole,
What if he
like,
has?
you don't really need it.
What if he has, like, Hawkeye's arm? Would you need an explanation then?
Yes,
How would
because
you
it'll be
know?
like a really ripped body.
Because
and
it's
then
just
a really
a tiny,
dangly
tiny,
arm.
tiny arm, right? It's got like a couple scrapes and bruises on the forearm.
I don't know, man. It's
And it's
Hawkeye's
just, like,
arm. Like, all
sewn
he
on.
does is, like, do forearm lifts, and that's pretty much where this, like,
Yeah.
This
But
arm
you
would
could
be.
tell because like his entire there's no skin on the bottom part of his
yeah,
forearm.
and would just have like those little weird like white band-aids that David Aja loves using all
Yeah,
the time, all
which look
over it.
great.
Yeah, I mean, in that case, in that completely inexplicable case, I would totally need an
What if he had
explanation.
Hulk's arm?
I mean, I feel like that would be
If he
fairly
had Bruce
self-evident.
Banner's arm, I-
What
I
if he
wouldn't
had
know.
Hulk's leg for an arm?
You know what? We're,
This,
go-
this
we're getting-
conversation took a noted downturn.
we're going off subject. Thor #1. It takes place after the events of the death of the mighty Thor. Asgardia is destroyed, and Thor is currently running around collecting the lost relics that was lost when Asgardia was destroyed.
'Tis the way.
'Tis the way.
I read the first 6 pages of this, and the first 6 pages are phenomenal. might I
It's
say.
super great.
The
Especially
rest
when
of
the
it is
art-
awesome, and then it has a fucking back runner that is like grandfather Thor and the 3 his granddaughters,
Yeah.
who are all awesome. Like, I love all 3 of those. I think they're the 3 storms or whatever they are.
Yeah.
Like
Dumpy
those,
Thor?
all 3 of those girls are great. There's like the kind of Volstagg one. There's like the kind of All Mother Freya one, and it's also about the completely final funeral of All Mother Jane Foster. Like, it is absolutely
It
spectacular.
takes that long to have a funeral?
Well,
No, she just died. She's been alive for this entire time. Because Thor kept prolonging her life.
he
What a
Odin,
dick!
he Odin-forced her, dude.
Yeah.
What a double
She
dick!
wanted it,
Dude,
though.
she restarted all of Earth.
I thought she died.
No, she's fine.
No.
Then
She's
why
in-
isn't she
First of all,
Thor?
Jane
She's
Foster's
in
in
this issue because every time she turns into Thor, it purges her body of the chemotherapy drugs.
Yeah.
Like, that's why. In order for her to keep living, she can't turn into Thor anymore.
Exactly.
So,
Why
like, when
doesn't she
Jane
always be
Foster
Thor?
runs into... Well, I mean, she could.
That was the decision she had to make. She either gives up her humanity and becomes Thor and can never be Jane Foster again, or she'll die because the longer she stays there, the more the cancer will progress, and when she reverts back, she'll just die instantly. Or she becomes Jane Foster permanently, and then works on getting cured of cancer, and then once she gets cured of cancer, she once again can become the mighty Thor.
Oh, okay.
I mean, also,
That
more to
checks
the
out.
point,
That's
like,
a lot
If
less
if
heroic than I
Mjolnir
thought it
wasn't
was
in the
going
middle
to
of the sun.
yeah, I mean, also, in the middle of all of that, she fucking roped up Mangog and hucked him into the damn sun, thereby breaking Mjolnir.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know,
be. Which happens.
It's so good.
It's
I
known
mean,
to
if
happen.
you're fighting Mangog, like,
First of all,
and his Jack Kirby nightmare having ass, like, yeah, it'll happen. Also, this issue has a weird Juggernaut cameo, which happened twice this month. It happened in the Exiles as well, and they're like in the time period where the Thing gets sent back in time and then ends up becoming Blackbeard.
Yahar.
So they go back to that time, and then Henry Peter Gyrich, who is like this, or Gyrich, who is this like, you know, racist like former attaché to the Avengers. He had like that weird flat top
Okay.
and the sunglasses, but he's one of the other boat captains. He's like the, you know,
the racist one.
yeah, but he has a Juggernautilus.
Okay.
So it's a steam-powered Juggernaut submarine ship
Okay.
moved by like, you know, ancient magics or whatever.
Not
Oh,
the
I thought you
Juggernaut.
said like the Juggernaut. Like he's just down there running, and like as he's running,
No, like it's the Juggernaut's
huh.
head with like ship like wood paneling. Like it's the weirdest. The Exiles is a fucking weird series. Like I love.
I can't
The
wait to
Exiles.
pick it up and trade.
It's so good.
But anyway, back to Thor. It was really cool because Juggernaut just showed up as like the old guardian of this ancient temple, like the
No, it's
chosen
the
of a
Temple
god.
of fucking Sidorak.
Yeah,
That's
Sidorak.
an ancient temple.
It's an ancient temple.
He is the guardian of Sidorak. He
Yeah,
is
he-
Sidorak's will on Earth. Like that is the Juggernaut's entire role.
Which is great. He's back at it again.
Like he gets turned into the Juggernaut by the Crimson Gem of Sidorak. Like you have two things that use Sidorak. One is Doctor Strange with the Crimson Bands, and the other is the Juggernaut with the Crimson Gem, and that's what turns him into the unstoppable Juggernaut.
I thought he was a mutant.
No, he's Kane Marco. He's Charlie Xavier's stepbrother.
Ah.
Like he's nothing. He just touches a gem in Vietnam at the right time. Like
That's-
literally, that's what happened.
That sounds like
A
Kane
cave is
Marco.
falling down. He touches a gem, turns into a Juggernaut, spends the next 20 years digging himself out, and then it goes and kicks down the door of Westchester Mansion.
He's like,
And
"What's
then-
up, Charlie boy?"
and then
he
beats
eats
up
some
his paralyzed
tuna.
brother. But anyway, like Thor is trying to fight the Juggernaut with his trusty axe,
The Juggernaut board.
Yarborn or whatever. And then
Yarnborn.
Yarnborn, that's what it is. And he's just getting his ass handed to him. So he calls the dwarves and asks them to send down hammers. And he just keeps breaking the hammers. And then he has them send all the hammers that he
He only
made.
breaks one hammer.
He breaks the one hammer.
He breaks
and,
all of the hammers.
And then he sends out all the hammers,
When did he
and then
break
he
the other
breaks
hammer?
all the hammers
Later?
right here.
that is all the hammers being broken.
Oh, I thought they were.
He channeled the Odin Force through them, and then destroyed them all except
for this
one,
yeah.
which is this sweet looking one. I love that. I love that looking one. And he just like hits him once.
I just like this panel. Like it's
My name
weird.
is Thor.
Del Mundo's style is so like stylized, and it's so like fields of color and almost cartoony in points, but like, you know, like a Saturday morning cartoony as opposed to like contemporary comics cartoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like with things like this, where there's like a tooth flying out of the Juggernaut's face, like as he gets his head bashed in by, you know, Mjolnir Mark fucking 27. Like it's
Thor's the new Iron Man. with
like it
hammers
makes
in
me
his suits.
it makes me smile. You know what I mean? Like it's happy.
It's a good scene.
I also like when people lose teeth, but that's because I'm a dentist on the side.
I also just
Martin
really
begins.
like the part in the comic where like he goes back to Midgard and it's just who is this? Rosalind? Rosalind, what's her fucking last?
Whatever, the Agent of Shield.
Yeah, the Agent
the
of Shield who had to
flag
give up her hover car to pay rent on this like giant apartment building that's housing all like the refugee,
from Asgard. Yeah.
which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
amazing, and it's just her and then a now like non-Thor Jane Foster just running this ship, and she's just trying real hard to become Thor again, and it's just like, are you
Yeah,
cancer
she's
free
just
and no
all
more and no
junky.
one told me?
Yeah, she's just all like, nah, man, like Bilbo with the fucking ring.
Yeah.
Like she is. She's,
I mean, first of all, if you become Thor, would you ever want to give that up?
Yeah.
no.
No, you would never want to give that up.
Yeah, I hate being blonde. Fuck
That's
that.
a sacrifice I'm willing to
I mean,
make
I am not.
for the
That
power
much
of
hair?
Thor.
Fuck that. It gets in your face. You gotta wash it. Ugh.
Also,
You're
the
Lord of Storms, like the winds obey your commands. Like
Also,
the wind
you
is
can
always
shave
blowing
it.
at your face. You're basically
you can
always
shave it.
savvy.
Odin,
Nah.
look at fucking Odinson right here. Thor. He has a shaved head.
Nah.
Anyway, I'm just really glad Jane Foster is still alive, and I want to see her take up the mantle again at some point.
Furthermore, I don't want to talk in all italics.
You don't even notice when you're talking because all her inner monologues in like normal Jane Foster speak, and then if she talks, she goes "I," and then she's like,
How
"What
do
the
you
fuck
not?
was
How do
that?"
you know she doesn't notice?
She it's nothing. She can't control it, so it doesn't
Yeah,
bother her.
I don't want to do that.
Anyway,
I like being in
Freya
charge of my
taking
speech.
care of the beaten and bruised Volstagg.
Oh, that's right.
He got his ass handed to him.
By
Thor?
Mangok, yeah, like War Thor, like
The
when
War
he tried
Thor.
to, like rage against Mangog and then just got tuned.
Speaking again
You got a
soon,
cartoon?
it cuts later to Thor and Namor going at it in the ocean depths because
Yo,
there's a
fuck
fucking
Namor.
shark that ate one of the artifacts.
I mean, yeah, like
That's
Namor
so
just like, as much
Is
as
that a dag?
Namor's,
Yeah, it's Thori.
yeah,
Thor's Hellhound, formerly Loki's Hellhound,
yeah,
and
named
he's
Thor.
the best.
Yeah, he's spectacular.
I
And
love
Thor is
Thor.
Thor's just like living on a houseboat,
In Jersey,
like in Jersey Harbor,
Ew.
like.
living in Jersey Harbor on a houseboat with a Hellhound dog and a giant goat.
That's
And he
Tooth
just-
Gnasher.
Tooth
or
Gnasher.
Tooth Grinder. I can't remember
No, it's
which
Tooth
one's
Gnasher. It's Tooth Gnasher. I love Tooth Gnasher.
There
And then
used to be two. One of them dead.
And then
But-
the boat is just filled with the lost artifacts of Asgardia because he doesn't trust anyone but Thor and Tooth Gnasher to look after him while he's collecting them. And then Loki shows back up and like Thor's about to kill him again because he almost killed Freya again.
I mean,
checks out.
That's just Thor.
Dude,
I mean,
it's-
that's just Loki. And then
it's Thor and Loki. Like, they do Thor and Loki stuff. Like,
And
Thor's
then-
like, I can't believe you betrayed me again. And Loki's
Loki goes,
like,
"Really?"
I am totally I'm going to betray you again later.
he's
like,
trying really hard
let's
to
be
do that
friends.
right now.
Why are you stupid, Thor?
Yeah, seriously. Well, I mean, that's the whole point of Thor. Is like, yeah, Thor is kind of noble. And he's, Lord of Storms and so on and so forth. But Thor is dumber than a bag of fucking hammers. Like, he is not bright.
In this one, he is a bag of hammers.
You are
Pretty
not
much.
wrong.
Pretty much.
You are completely correct.
But
Yeah.
but guys, the best part about this book is when Loki's like, "Oh, I can do what you need. I can, what was it? Gather the rest of the artifacts or something."
Guide you to the rest.
Yeah,
of the
guide you to the rest of the
artifacts.
artifacts. But you
Yeah.
got to go on this journey. See you when you get back, and we'll talk pricing. And then as soon as he is about to like poof him out of there, Thor goes, "Nope," pulls him along with him, and it's just Thor and Loki on this frozen over Niflheim. Niflheim, whatever.
It's the Dark Elves planet.
Yeah.
It is where the current War of the Nine Realms is going on,
And-
which we have not seen for the entire run of Mighty Thor. It's ridiculous. Malekith showed up, did a bunch of stuff, busted Bifrost, blinded Heimdall,
Yeah, Heimdall's blind
Jeez.
now and everything. It's insane.
Poor Heimdall.
But the best part,
and then all of a sudden, Balder the Damn Brave and Scourge with his
the
M16s.
executioner on a look at this thing. It's like a tricked out. It's
On
like
a-
something
on
from
a
Mad Max.
on a Ratfink like hot rod of a chariot. Just pull up like, oh hey, what's going on?
This is
Wait,
like the
Baldur's
last.
here?
Yeah, like the last two
Balder the
bubbles.
Brave.
Thor, don't know what you're doing here, but you'd best get in before the sons of Muspel see you. Come, brother, ride with Balder the Brave if you want to survive the land of the dead. And they're just sitting in this souped-out Mad Max Ratfink-looking thing, and fucking Executioner's got a giant-ass gun. It's the best thing. It's so good. There's a skull with chains through the eyes. Everything is spiked.
Jason Aaron, for all
my
of
favorite thing.
the stuff that he's done that I really like, he shows an uncompromising ability to make me like him more. Oh yeah, that
Honestly.
was pretty good, but you remember Balder the Brave? Now he's with Scourge. I'm sure he got a memo at some point. Yeah, can you include some people from the movies, please?
Only if
Yeah, Scourge is
And he
sitting
was
there with-
like, yeah, but I'm gonna put him on a Ratfink hot rod in the middle of hell.
we
With
could
one
work with
head.
that in the
and he's
movies
got
too.
Hela's
That's all right.
helmet, too.
Yeah. Yeah, and Balder is kicking Hela's helmet.
Yeah, he's
Like-
the king of hell right now.
That's
From what I can
good for
tell.
him.
which is
Good
sweet.
for him.
And then it's the
No, he is the king of hell because it
Yeah.
says it's spray painted on the side.
I mean, I don't know as to whether that's an actual declaration.
It better be.
And then there's like a 10-page back runner
Oh.
that's all like crazy post-apocalyptic Thor cosmic stuff.
He's wrestling a cosmic shark, and like the
That's how I
granddaughter.
live my life. I'm
Wrestling.
constantly wrestling sharks of any variety. Cosmic,
Cosmic or otherwise.
mechanical, natural,
It's-
bear.
It doesn't
sharks.
matter because
Bear
the best
wielding
thing
sharks.
is like Thor goes to Jane Foster in her dying moments at the end of the universe because she's been alive this entire time.
And then she kills Thor. And he
The
eats
All
his soul.
Mother.
No, and then she refuses more life. It's an actual death, like worth having. And then Thor realizes that the universe is actually collapsing because, like, this is a continuation of the, of the timeline during the actual, original Thor, pre-Mighty Thor.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, when it was like the Gore the God Butcher stuff. So, like, this is a continuation of that timeline where he has actually saved Midgard, like, saved Earth. All Mother Jane has, like, come back and, like, brought life back to Earth.
The very last All Mother.
And then he sends Mjolnir out for months to find the edges of the universe. Like, apparently, also, he has made another Mjolnir. Like,
Hey, good for him.
yeah.
Which we
You
figured
think
would
he made
happen
it?
eventually.
'Cause I don't think he did because he's an idiot.
Well, he obviously had the dwarves make it, but like the fact that he found enough Uru to create a new, actually well done Mjolnir is impressive because
Probably just asked
in
me.
the
I
book,
got
in the
shit
beginning,
ton
in the
of
in the book,
Uru hanging out.
there's like almost
Don't
no
have any
Uru,
Uru.
and they're like trying
You
very
are-
hard to find it.
Uru full of lies.
Is that a pun, John?
And then at the end of it,
Back up. That's my job.
And at the end,
you end up with the drunken Phoenix old man Logan Wolverine.
hey bub, welcome to the end of time. Hope you brought some beer.
Which is,
God.
you know, like,
Do you think he hopes he brought some beer for Thor's sake or for his sake?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
I would assume that the next back runner will be them sitting on the Rainbow Bridge drinking
in-
beer together.
It's in issue 5,
That's
and you
it.
better believe I'm going to be picking issue 5 up. I will be picking up all of these issues. But
You best believe
Thor number
I
1,
also might.
I really liked it. John, what do you think? Picking up monthly trades or not at all?
Definitely monthly. Like, it's... Like, things like this, when you get a talent of the size of Jason Aaron,
Oh my god.
who, like, works so well in long form, like, your first instinct is immediately to, like, pick it up in trades and so on and so forth. But, like, keeping up with this series and, like, all of its twists and turns, like, it works almost better in singles
I mean,
as opposed to trades, because, like, you... Just with the Mighty Thor stuff, there was, like, the loss of Thor's hammer, the reveal of who the Mighty Thor is, the Secret Wars stuff, the Battle World stuff, like, all of this other insane fucking nonsense that's happening all the time, and, like, the only way, really, to, like, get a grip on what's happening is to pick it up singly.
I definitely regret
So,
not
like,
picking up
there's
the Mighty
no-
Thor singly.
Yeah,
I mean, it definitely
there's
feels
no-
like classic comic books. You know?
I think that's what I trust Jason Aaron to do the most, honestly. Like anytime I read a capes and tights superhero book by Jason Aaron, it immediately feels like a classic comic book. Like that, I know when I'm sitting there and I'm reading, like, this is comics. This is the epitome of what comics was and is.
Which is so funny, because, like, Jason Aaron, before all of this stuff, before he started writing Thor for a decade, like,
He's
was...
getting there. He's still on it. I don't think he's giving it up.
like, what he was doing was, like, weird indie titles for a while with Scalped, and then he started doing, like, the also-rans of the Marvel Universe. Like, he did Ghost Rider for 3 years. He
Gross.
did, he did a run on Wolverine that was also 3 years long.
Gross.
But
Wolverine and the X-Men?
and then Wolverine and the X-Men, and then, like, just the X-Men title after that. Like, the all-women X-Men, I think, was him.
Yeah,
But,
I
like-
don't remember the name.
So there was...
Ex-woman.
No, it was just called X-Men.
No,
It was
X.
just all women. But, yeah, like, it's Jason Aaron, man. Like, if there are writers especially who are working in mainstream comics right now, where like whatever they come out with, you have to pick up. Like that's just how it is. Jason Aaron, one of those guys. Mark Waid, one of those guys.
Yep.
You know, Brian K. Vaughan is one of those guys, although he doesn't write mainstream stuff. But like Bendis, to a certain extent, although Man of Steel is a little iffy. But
Bendis,
like,
I think, is one of those ones you got to see where Bendis is at first, because not everything he does lately has been like great, but you got to give it a chance. It's Bendis.
on the other hand, everything Jason Aaron has done has been great.
It's so good.
Like everything.
I feel like
Remember that
the
time in
writer of our
comic
next
books
book.
when Matt Fraction wrote everything.
Yeah, and it was great.
Matt Fraction, I think, is
I
one of
miss
those people
Matt
too.
Fraction. What's he up to? Because it's certainly not sex criminals.
Dude, writing an issue of Sex Criminals every fucking 6 months.
God damn it. I mean, I assume he needed a break, but
Matt
I thought
Fraction-
that it wouldn't be this long.
Matt Fraction actually did something recently that I really like. He wrote the companion comic series to Jonathan Colton's new album, All This Time.
Who the fuck is Jonathan Cole?
Jonathan Colton
Colton
is like the failed third member of They Might Be Giants.
Oh, okay.
No. He's a Connecticut local. He was born in Connecticut and was the dude who he did the ending songs for Portal. He did one of the songs from Left 4 Dead.
Oh, okay. So he's a like video game.
He's like
soundtrack
his genre
designer?
is like
Okay,
geek
all right.
music and
All right,
everything.
all right.
And he wrote a comic series or a companion novel to his newest album, All This Time, where it just talks about like the
Fucking
it's a
trains
companion
coming at
novel,
me.
you know. It's a comic supposed to be listened to with the soundtrack. It's really good.
Which is great. I love that.
It was written by Matt Fraction, so that was awesome.
Well, really quickly, what's your take? Issues, trades.
Oh, issues, that for sure. Because like I said, I definitely regret not picking up the Mighty Thor singly because I wasn't too sure about it when it first came out, and then it got super sold out everywhere, and I was just too late. So I'm not skipping on this one. I'm not sleeping on this one. I'm definitely picking this up singly, until it stops.
I guess I have to say issues too, right? Because
I mean,
no,
you
just
didn't
kidding.
read it.
I'm gonna get it in trade, and by in trade, I mean I'm probably not going to read it because I don't read books. But
Well-
I thought from what I read of this, it was super good, and I do love Jason Aaron.
Next up, speaking of writers who I have to pick up everything they do whenever they make books, Nancy Drew by Kelly Thompson and Jen St. Ange with this sweet Tula Late cover. Oh my god!
As you can see,
It's so good. If you Nancy Drew #1 by Dynamite, Kelly Thompson, Jen St. Ange. Look at that cover A. It's gorgeous. Oh my god.
I feel like
She's doing all of the
Kelly
regular
Thompson.
covers.
Yeah.
I feel
She
like-
does all the main covers, so I don't order any of the variants because Jen St. Ange does the C cover, which I kind of want, but like Tula Late.
Yeah.
Come on, I get Jen in interiors. I
Lute?
will take Late as this variant. It's so good.
cover.
I feel
That
like
is good.
Kelly Thompson is like the new Mark Waid in that like
That's a bold statement.
it is a bold statement, but
I
like
think I
so
can
like
kind
I
of
feel
agree with
so
what
like
you're saying.
how I felt about Mark Waid for the longest time and still do to my current knowledge because I'm not thinking very hard. Like every time Mark Waid's on it, he turns something that could also even be garbage and like make it at least readable.
Okay.
Like Kelly Thompson was put on the Pink Ranger solo series with Brendan Fletcher, and as we all know, is a hack, right?
But he hates Brendan Fletcher.
I
For
also
all of
don't like
you
Brendan
that
Fletcher.
don't
He's
know.
a hack.
I am relatively ambivalent about Brendan Fletcher, but I've
I
grown
think-
to hate
I
him
like
because
his
I hang out
crew,
with brothers.
Stewart and Tar. I love
Oh my
them.
God. Cameron
Yeah.
Stewart and
They
Bathstar
are
so good.
dragging themselves down through the mud for no reason. All right,
Well,
the amount of loyalty they have for Fletcher is respectable. It's admirable. But I want to say that it has the Pink Ranger book had everything going against it. It was a solo series about the Pink Ranger.
Dude, Kimberly though. She has
I
the
love
best
Kimberly,
Pink Rangers.
but
That's a
it's a
big
solo series about a person who's on a team.
Yeah,
It's like
I mean, I
the
guess
Power
that's
Rangers
good.
work because friendship.
yeah.
They work
The
because
power of
team.
teamwork. Yes.
They're
Yeah.
a team.
Yeah.
You know, like if it's like a. I guess it's a bad example right now because, well, it's two people.
No,
but
like if you had a solo series about the pilot of the Blue Lion in Voltron, like it'd be just as
or I was gonna say if you had like a Johnny Storm solo series,
Yeah, no, Johnny Storm like had a pseudo solo series where it was just him and Medusa like doing stuff. It was like kind of focused around more of him. And it was
Johnny Storm's had a solo series. It's great. This is the cover of the first issue, but like,
He showed his arm. He's got Johnny Storm on his arm.
I do have Johnny Storm.
The
on my
worst Fantastic Four member.
But
You
Scotty
say
Young
that
draws
while the
flames
thing
like
exists.
nobody's business.
I'll fight you. I'll kill you if you ever say any bad words against my boy, Ben Grimm, the Thing.
Chip Zdarsky.
Ever loving, blue eyed. So at any rate, we should probably get back to Nancy Drew.
Right. So what I was saying is, they had everything going against it. She made it great, and it was fucking phenomenal. And like, so Nancy Drew. Also, I'm not. I mean, I guess Nancy Drew doesn't have anything going against it. Nancy Drew is just solid.
It's it's an old children's book.
It's peculiar,
old-
actually. Like, Nancy Drew, to me, was always, like, as I grew up, I read a ton of fucking Hardy Boys, and I read, like, Encyclopedia Brown and shit.
Yeah.
But, like, Nancy Drew and,
What
like,
about Nate the Great?
Babysitter's Club were, like, expressly, like, girls' books.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just kind of how I grew up.
I mean, that's
so,
how
like,
they
I
marketed
know
them.
relatively little about Nancy Drew, aside from, she used to bop around with the Hardy Boys back in the day. And, like,
Nancy Drew always says, all you need to solve a case is an inquisitive temper and two best friends. And I have an inquisitive temper.
well,
Simpsons quote, everybody. Anyway,
But this is, it's great. It's one of those things like, it's not, really retreading or treading new ground or anything, like it's not like it's coming out of nowhere and like being like super crazy, but like it's a well executed, well characterized, well penciled, like, and it brings in all of those people that, I mean, at the very least, like, I love me some fucking Hardy Boys. Like, I love Hardy Boys cameos because I grew up reading and wondering in my, like, elementary school years why the fuck people were using the word chum so much. Like, wondering about, like, what the hell was
Because
going
the
on with the
person who
Hardy
wrote
Boys.
the Hardy Boys was 800 years old.
So,
and
like,
apparently Chip Zdarsky internalized it very much.
so honestly, like, the only thing I really have to compare it to is The Big Lie, which was the, like, gritty,
Yeah.
like, film noir,
The
kind of one, or, like OGN almost, limited series.
Yeah, it was a
of,
limited series.
Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys, and it was like deep in the heart of whatever the hell town they
Bayport
live in.
solving the murder of the Hardy Brothers'
Boys' dad.
father.
Yeah. And,
Hardy
and
Boys.
that,
Hardy Brothers, Hardy Boys, you know what?
I mean, they're both
It's a
insane.
trademark name.
But,
Hardy Boys, you know what? They're brothers too.
I mean, it's doubly trademarked, actually, because there is the wrestling group as well.
We're not
But,
talking about Jeff here, right?
Team Extreme.
Anyway,
that's unfortunate. But, like, compared to that, this one seemed a little, like, on first glance, it seemed a little, juvenile is the wrong word, but it's close
it definitely
to what I
wasn't.
wanna say.
Didn't have that same like tone and cadence that the Big Lie.
It's definitely
On the
more of
other
a
hand-
young adult reader than it
Yeah,
is.
but it's
which is
so
fine.
well executed. Like, it's so well done. It's the same, it's a young adult reader the same way that, like, the original Runaways is a young adult reader. You know what I mean? Where, like, all of these things are, like, completely rational, regardless of how old you are or how, like, what your origin is. You know what I mean? Like, regardless of any of that, like, all of these characters feel real. Everybody can relate to, like, losing track of friends and then having, like, weird, awkward conversations about...
And like that one thing where they blame you for not keeping in touch.
Yeah.
Like, motherfucker, you have my phone number.
Dude.
My phone number has been the same
That's
since
an
I was
actual-
a goddamn child.
That's
It
an
goes
actual
both ways.
scene
Yeah.
in this book,
How
right
dare
here, right here in this point.
Yeah, agreed.
It's so good because like they start off the book introducing like these two schmucky characters who are supposed to be Bess and George but aren't, and then she gets threatened about something with her mom and like knowing what you did last summer or something.
Yeah. They
And
ran
then-
over that person together.
They ran over that person together.
And then she goes back and
The
meets the
Bayport.
actual Bess and George, and they're actual humans.
And so
Like
Alexa,
that, I feel things and breathe air. You know what I mean?
are
Alexa
upset her
is-
friends left. It's so good.
yeah, Alexa's a huge Nancy Drew fan.
Oh, okay.
So originally I got this for her, and then I was like, why would we just fucking talk about it? Because we don't have an indie book, and also it's Kelly Thompson. And it turned out to be great because I read it and I loved it. But she said, and I quote, I didn't give a fuck about the two people who were the fake Bess and George. And then
Yeah.
when I saw Bess and George, I screamed because they were exactly Bess and George. And I said, I know, I heard it. I was in the other room. I was terrified. And she said it was fucking great because she swears like a tiny, adorable sailor.
That checks out.
But
I, however, was, like I said, happy to see them Hardy Boys
The Hardy Boys.
come out, because apparently everybody lives in the same town in Nancy Drew Land.
and they were recently in a
I mean,
fist fight.
in the big lie, they brought about it.
But I mean, you know, like all of that stuff is spectacular to me. Like it makes me happy to see that the Hardy Boys have not just like completely become irrelevant, because those books were old as dirt when I was a kid. People were using the word chum. I was, fucking 8, and even I realized that the Pirates of Smuggler's Cove never used the word chum. Like, these books are old. They were written in the 30s. Like, all of these things. Nancy Drew as well. Encyclopedia Brown as well. Like, they're all so, like, a product of their times. And companies like this, with, like, Dynamite and Boom and things like that, like, they have been trawling the, golden and silver age for characters, and every now and again you come up with something like this where they just hit on all cylinders.
It's a great comparison, too, that you bring that up, because Kelly Thompson did for Nancy Drew
what Kelly Thompson did for Gem and the Holograms.
What Mark Waid did for Archie. Because Archie is phenomenal.
Oh my
and it
God.
should
There's no reason I should like Archie.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
every time I pick up a Mark Waid book, I go, why the fuck am I reading this, Mark Waid? And I go,
yeah.
all right, Mark Waid, fine.
Yeah.
Archie was super good.
That's exactly how this felt.
No.
Because Kelly Thompson is the new Mark Waid.
I
Boom.
mean, that's
Honestly,
actually
Boom. Full circle, baby.
She's
Yeah, no,
becoming one of my favorite
that
writers.
That is a very appropriate analogy, honestly. Or at least, like, in these circumstances, like, especially, like, comparing this to Archie, like, there's no reason why I should fucking read Nancy Drew.
Yep.
Like, are you kidding me? Like, there are better comics written about girl detectives by, like, in weird indie nonsensical labels. But, like, it's so well executed.
And the best part is that Nancy Drew looks like Nancy Drew, but like a modern Nancy Drew, without going like hardcore modern, without like being like, well, what do hipsters wear? Let's just do that.
Without
she just
making
wears
her full girl with the dragon tattoo.
she's just fucking a modern Nancy Drew. Boom, done, easy. Just like Archie is a modern Archie.
Yeah,
I
I wear a varsity jacket. Like,
well, both
16 people
both those like character designs are are really like compliments to the artist, because Fiona Staples designed the whole modern Archie crew.
That is also true. And Fiona Staples is
Fiona Staples is a phenomenal artist. And Jen St. Ange, she designed these modern versions, and she did the Gem and the Holograms like 6-issue miniseries, The Misfits,
which is
with
phenomenal.
Kelly Thompson too. Like, when I saw her, like, they were already had designs and everything like that, but like she brought in, she like gave us like the designs of like some of the parents, like background characters and stuff like that, and they gave them like casual wear and everything like that. She made them feel more like real people.
Yeah, she made the Misfits human,
which was great.
Which is the thing that the Misfits.
As soon as I saw they're so good. It's one of those human.
They're the Misfits.
Books.
They're gonna get her.
They're bitter, obviously.
The Misfits solo 6-issue series was one of the most human books I've ever read. Well, next to The Vision, it's up there. But it's ridiculous. And when I first saw that creative team was gonna be doing Nancy Drew, I'm like, all right, I'm giving Nancy Drew a shot, and I'm definitely not disappointed in Nancy Drew.
Yeah, I mean, what happened to me was, like, in the wake of The Big Lie, I was like, well, that first one was real good, so I picked this up because I don't really know too much about Nancy Drew. And the Hardy Boys show up in this as well. So, me and the Pirates of Smuggler's Cove are fucking thick as thieves.
It's so good. But,
also, Tula Lotay.
Oh my god. The main cover is done by Tula Lotay. It's just...
Like, every time you walk by it on the racks, or at least every time I walk by a Tula Lotay cover, like, I always, like, am walking and am looking at the New This Week rack, and then I see the Tulalo takeover, and I take 2 steps back and like stare at it for a minute, like it's a fucking masterpiece.
Is
And
it
I'm
because
like,
it
oh,
reminds
Honestly,
you
I'm
of
probably getting
your
this issue
air
framed.
quotes aesthetic from when you were a child, John?
no, actually,
Really?
like it doesn't. Honestly,
Oh,
like
it reminds me of mine.
interesting.
It's so
I mean,
good.
I was a child a little earlier than you were.
The interesting
my,
thing is-
But
my
John-
aesthetic was a little
John,
different.
there's a lot of similarities in our origin stories, except one of us is smart and the other one is me.
You know, it's
Anyway.
self-effacing to the contrary. It's not as though you don't know what's going on.
Anyway,
I'm aware.
I think
It
we've
just
said
took-
all we
it took
can
me a lot more
about
processing power.
Nancy Drew #1. John, singles, trades, not at all.
Fucking singles. Are you kidding me? Like, Tulalo takeovers. If you don't pick up the singles,
Exactly.
you don't get the Tulalo takeovers. Like,
Until they release
I don't
the
even
color
understand
gallery.
why this is a conversation.
I'm framing this issue. Like, if I can get this as a print, like a 12
Dude.
by 18 print,
And
I'm getting it.
The cover for issue 2 is just as
Oh my
stellar.
God.
Like, they preview it, and it's like her looking through this fucking film strip. It's gonna be super rad. It's gonna be great.
It's so good. I
It's
love
very
it.
good.
I love it.
Alex.
I'm gonna say singles and trades because I'm gonna take the singles, keep them in a nice collection, and then I'm gonna take that trade and I'm gonna throw it at everyone I can to tell them to read this book because that's what I like to do with trades. I don't pick up trades for me. I pick up trades so I can lend them to people so they can read phenomenal books. Because my God, I feel like so far like people should be reading this book.
I'm picking it up singly. Not for me, but I probably will definitely read it.
You should.
I mean, I don't read,
Right.
but
You're
like,
picking it up singly for Alexa.
for Alexa.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
She loves Nancy Drew, and she loved this book, and she actually read elsewhere, and she doesn't read comic books. And every time she finishes a book, she goes, "This was too short," and then yells at me. And then, so I guess trades. I'm going to pick it up in trades, but I'm going to pretend I'm buying it
Also
for
pick it
her.
up in singly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I bought you something. It's Nancy Drew, and then I read it. That's how it works.
No, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Plain
if
foiled.
If you're listening, you know,
Alrighty.
pick it up for your girlfriend, read it anyway.
Pick it up
the
for you.
key to-
Treat yourself.
Hmm?
Treat yourself 2018. All right, next up, we're going back to Marvel, and we're talking about The Immortal Hulk, written by Alan Ewing and penciled by Joe Bennett.
I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Ewing.
It says Ewing right there. It's got the ship and everything. Like, Cassian Andor is piloting this artist
That's
right
a
now. He's
Ewing.
in this book.
That's a Ewing, you son of a bitch.
I know, Patrick Ewing.
You're thinking of Coran Horn, you bitch.
You know what?
Yeah,
I ain't
no class having bitch.
I ain't no Star Wars things. We're talking about Immortal Hulk.
Immortal Hulk.
And let me tell you this. I did the minimal amount of reading of this book. As in, I read some of the blurbs about Hulk talking, this big-ass panel, because it only was three words, and it was, she was 12. And then, like, my God, no. He's dead. He's dead. We saw him die. And then some woman from the government goes, this is the superhero community. No one ever stays dead.
You're like, are you stupid?
Are you seriously trying to tell me that you read 3 panels and that's what you're going to base your fucking opinion on?
No,
Like, what
I have
kind
no
of
opinion about this
garbage
book.
nonsense is this?
If I have to give this like an actual rating right now, I would say it's about
You
a 6.57.
You can't because you've only read 3 panels and you just told me
hey,
that.
that's all I need to read about Hulk.
No,
alright?
it's not.
No,
This issue
panel
especially.
Panel
This series especially. Like,
Panel
first
1.
off, this is the first time the Hulk's been fucking interesting in like a decade.
exactly.
Since the Ed McGuinness stuff.
The first time Hulk was interesting in a decade is when She-Hulk was the Hulk.
We're talking about Bruce Banner, you son of a bitch.
I don't disagree. But
No,
we are
that was
talking
called Hulk.
We are,
No, it's called
we are
She-Hulk.
talking,
Given the trades,
we are
it's called
talking
She-Hulk.
specifically like the first time Bruce Banner has been interesting in a good long
Yes.
while.
Yeah,
Agreed.
Bruce
And
Banner
not
is,
like a Deus Ex Machina like Gamma Bomb and not like a, you know. But like the last time it happened was during that Ed McGuinness Jeff Johns, I think Jeff Johns run where like it was like the mystery of the Red Hulk and like
That's forever ago.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. A decade.
I think that's longer than a decade.
It might be. But like that
That's
Planet Hulk,
10 of
that's it. Like
Yeah.
those are the 2
Yeah.
interesting Hulk bits.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if you like World War Hulk, like World War Hulk had its moments, the time where the Hulk like just smacked down Hulkbuster Iron Man.
I
That's
think
great.
the safest way to say Hulk is most interesting when there's other Hulks.
well, no, Hulk's
And
the
even
most-
then, it's
the-
sort of tricky.
The Hulk's the most interesting when he's on a team. He's only really like a good character when he's with other people.
Right. So
When
the
he's-
other people can carry the book, and he could be back there being green,
like
which
how,
is a great color.
like Superman, like old Superman before Rebirth, before New 52. He was better when he was with the team. His solo series wasn't that good.
I think that's different. I think it's because Superman works well with the team, but Hulk works on a team because he's
His character works better on a team.
He
because-
doesn't have a character.
Exactly, that's the point. You can't have a
Superman
book
had a
without a
character.
character by himself. And this time he actually has some depth in the character.
Yeah,
He's-
no, that's what I'm
Which
saying.
is interesting.
Like,
That's
it-
why I only looked at 3 panels.
More
I
to the
looked at
point,
3 pages
like,
and
it
said,
is
this is
not-
interesting. This is even more interesting. All right, I'll pick it up and trade. That was my decision process.
I mean, this is the most horror title that Marvel is coming out with currently.
And the fact it's not written by Cullen Bunn is a little surprising.
Yeah, I know, right?
I
Yeah.
thought when
Yeah.
I saw the Immortal Hulk, I'm like, oh, this is Cullen Bunn. Al. What?
But like it goes back to like the very, very, very earliest roots of the Hulk, where like he would come out when the sun went down, and he was kind of like this weird vampire nonsense, but also
Vampire.
werewolf-ish, so like, and all of this is Bruce Banner kind of realizing that he fucking can't die anymore.
Oh my god.
So
What a
like it's
nightmare.
all him, like just kind of Bill Bixbying around the country.
He should just launch himself into the sun. Isn't that how every Marvel character?
No,
fixes
because
their
then he
problem?
becomes the sun. He wakes up and he's like, oh god, I'm the sun. And then the sun
Sun
spits
smash.
him back out.
But it's really well done. Like yes, the Hulk is not a like particularly verbose character, but like at least he's fucking talking.
What's
in
verbose
this.
mean?
Doesn't speak a lot.
Yeah.
Or
Oh.
verbose means speaks a bunch.
Oh,
So he's
okay.
not particularly verbose, means he's not speaking a lot. But like he is talking, like he's not just like roaring and like Frankensteining his way around the book.
Mhm.
Like the Hulk is doing things for a specific reason. Like the Hulk has his own fucking motivation, and like that's why that double page spread that Alex was talking about
She was 12.
is
I remember.
so
That's my
interesting.
favorite. That's my favorite panel page in this entire book.
It's gorgeous.
It
With all the
looks
greens
amazing.
and
First of all,
purples.
Also,
And
it's a splash page. That's a face.
it's
Yep.
also like the way his face is, like the slight background you see, the just the 3 words is such a perfectly terrifying
That's what
thing.
I'm saying.
Like I'm sitting there and I'm flipping through this before I'm putting in about to sort it out, and I just had to take a minute because I got like legitimately scared. I'm like, oh
He pooped
jeez.
his pants. in
No,
the
I did
store.
not.
We had to call hazmat.
And then it just
Gross.
follows up with this guy freaking out, and then just the super sadistic Hulk. Like,
Yeah.
this dude's like an actual monster.
I'll let
That's
you
what I'm
live.
saying, and that's why I'm genuinely interested in it. Like because the biggest problem with any of these stories is that they always concentrate on Bruce Banner on the run from the law.
Woe is me. All my friends are scared of me, and I don't have a home to go to.
away from me.
And like,
No.
yes, exactly. And like, yes, there have been titles that have done that well.
Like,
Most
it was
of them
good in the
start
beginning.
with
but
the
Hulk
suffix
is...
she. Wait, what's the one that comes first? Prefix.
Prefix.
Prefix she.
But
Shut up.
No.
this
Like-
book specifically, like, takes that formula and then, like, immediately negates all of the, like, earlier stuff. Like, you don't care about fucking Bill Bixby. You don't care about fucking Bruce Banner. Like, because it is Bruce Banner desperately just trying to keep kind of the Hulk from killing, like, people who are not that bad, but then just walking into a fucking meth house and being like, yeah, you guys all deserve to die. Like,
Yeah, no,
have
definitely
at it, like, what do you got, a shotgun? Yeah, that's great.
Like-
I blew up a planet once.
Have
I'll
that-
be 20 feet tall. That's okay.
Also, like, this scene of, like, just the arms rushing in, just that dude's skull doesn't exist anymore. There's not even bone shards or powder.
I mean,
it just
also-
is, like,
Also,
doesn't
like,
exist anymore.
Aside from that one full page, like, double page spread, you see the Hulk's face maybe twice
yeah,
in this entire book.
it's
like, he's all just this, like, monster from the shadows.
Like, this is the first time you see him.
Yeah,
when he
that's
like
what I'm
confronts
saying.
the killer, and he just knows her name.
Yeah, and it's 20 pages in. 20 pages.
Yeah, 20 pages in, and it's the first thing you really see him say, and it's just Sandra Ann Brockhurst. That was her name.
How does he know
She
that
was 12.
Yeah, man.
He did his research. He was lying in the morgue next to her.
name? Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Because the guy killed him too. Because it was just a girl. It was a young girl. Like her mom, or I think it was her mom. I don't think there was a dad there. It was her mom. Like stopping to get gas, and she's like, "Go in and get some snacks. Don't get some no junk food or nothing." And then the dude comes in, trying to rob the thing, and the dude and like she spooked him, the gun guy, because she dropped the soda like her mom said not to get, and then he killed her. And then
This just goes
Bruce
to
was about to
show
Hulk out,
that
and then
soda
the
is
dude
bad
killed
for
him
you.
too. And then he just wakes up in the morgue, sees what happened, knows what he needs to do, and fucking tracks him down, and then gives him a fate worse than death. Because he doesn't kill him. He brutalizes him so bad, this man will never exist as a person again. Like
Just like
he
turns his bones into paste.
Hey, is this weird? He turned his bones into glue, like Elmer's glue.
Like
I thought
like
horses did
not
that.
Elmer's glue, like elementary school, like that chunky style paste.
The kind that you used to eat, right?
I mean that you used to eat, but you know.
like
That wasn't everybody. Dude, it's delicious. You should try it.
oh, it was a mom and it was a little boy, because you can see the mom crying. Is it the mom? or
Little
something?
boy. So,
I don't know. All I know is that like
Boy.
Hulk just took justice into his own hands, and now he's
I
just a
think
mean
that's how
green
superheroes work.
justice-given machine.
Well, I mean,
not,
that's
not
what-
like not like superhero justice, not like Cap, Biff, Bang, Pow. Now serve your time in the state
And the
penitentiary.
Hoot Scout.
It's the Punisher, just like, all right, you done bad.
Nah.
Yeah,
nah,
now
I
you
think
done.
the
Now you're in
Punisher-
hell.
I think the Punisher believes in a much more kinder, gentler execution.
Yeah, that's
style.
why I said, "Kung." He just shot him dead. He ended the
I
life
couldn't
quickly.
tell what that was. I couldn't.
It was a
tell if
shotgun.
Like
It was a shotgun.
kneecap or what?
No, it was a shotgun. I was like, clearly it was like this.
I wasn't looking at you.
I mean, he also can't see your bottom hand, so.
Well, yeah, because
Could've
I
been
assume
anything.
he like executed styled him. Anyway, all I know is this like this Hulk is definitely the most interesting Hulk that's existed in the past 10 years.
Right?
And it makes me want to read. I'm talking Bruce Banner, you son of a bitch. Jen Walters is
Bruce
on a
Banner
different level.
or,
Because Jen
honestly-
Walters is okay most of the time when she's up there.
That's an
She's
insane thing to say.
comparatively to this guy. Yeah, no, she's the better Hulk, obviously.
Oh, all right.
Because Bruce Banner is
Also,
75 years old and should be retired, sitting there sipping on the drinks while Hawkeye kills him.
Amadeus Cho needed to go. Like,
Amadeus-
I was a big fan of Amadeus Cho, like as an
That's-
actual person,
Yeah, and then
but like,
like
him as Hulk, like
he's only good in Champions. That's because of Mark Waid.
yeah.
That's it. Mark, like that's the thing about like Mark Waid and the Champions and stuff like that. He took all these characters that were just really bad because they were created by people who were trying to fill a niche and were really bad at it, and then he made them legitimate characters. Like it makes me so mad because I want to read more Kamala Khan, but I don't want to read any of her solo stuff because I know it's not going to be as good
Marvel
as any of
Rising.
this.
Marvel Rising is great.
Really?
Yes,
Ooh,
it's shockingly great.
that's
Like it's
surprising.
Is it an actual book or is it just like a
Marvel
a short
Rising?
story
Yeah, no. It
compilation?
came out.
We got 2 issues in.
Came out.
No. I mean, like, is it like
Yeah,
a
it's all different.
canonically sound book or
Yeah.
is it like short stories?
Well, no. Like the best part about it is that, fucking like yeah, it's a fucking Squirrel Girl book, but like don't hold that against it. But
Oh,
like
I will.
Doreen Green is like Kamala Khan's teacher in like a specific class. So like anytime they get together and then there's like supervillain fucking nonsense, they keep on having to like make excuses and be like, no, get back to the class for stuff because I gotta, like it's just this like very innocent, fantastic, like not every story needs to be a deep dive into the lore of the character and like, connect all these dots from 75 years. Like it's
Yes,
just
they
a
do,
great,
Jack.
it's just a great like superhero story.
That's how I felt about like Patsy Walker Hellcat.
Yeah.
Like it
Similar.
it brought up some of her past and everything like that, but like it just talked about Patsy living her life, and it was a really
Yeah,
fun,
it's Patsy.
great story. It was a really good book, and I'm mad it's over. But at the same time, like it's rare we get some of those books like that. But I mean, that's not anymore Hulk. That's what we're not talking. We're not talking about that right now. But I don't think we're talking about the Immortal Hulk anymore. I think we're done with this book.
I mean, you should
what
totally
else?
pick up the fucking Immortal Hulk. Like, it is really great. And if you would like to get on board with the
I will
best
see
fucking
if I can-
reboot that Bruce Banner-based Hulk has come up with in the past, 10 to 15 years.
I will track
Like-
down. I will get the issue 1, and I'll buy it.
You can just borrow that one.
No, I gotta own it now.
You
I
can
mean-
have that one.
Also,
No,
it's
I
got
want
this
this stuff.
amazingly rad painted cover.
Oh my God, is this Alex Ross? Yeah,
It
no,
looks. I don't think it can
It's
be
after
anybody
it's
else.
after Mary.
But it's like him, like jumping out of his own grave, and it's spectacular.
Super horror story.
John, issues, trades? No.
I mean, you act like
Alex Ross.
I do not
No,
pick
what-
up issues continually.
I know what you're going to do, but it's more of a recommendation style. Do you recommend that if you were trying to sell me this book, John, would you recommend issues, trades, or no?
I mean, I would recommend issues primarily because. Okay, so here's why I end up recommending issues more often than not. Is because otherwise you just end up with no covers. You end up with like a, if you're lucky, back runner full of like all the covers of the issues that you're reading. And like this issue specifically, like, and yes, it's a Marvel, and yes, it's a #1. So like they usually throw a bunch of rad artists at them.
If
But,
you
like-
don't think this is gonna be the volume 1 cover, you're gonna be wrong.
I mean,
you
it
don't know
could
that.
not be, like it's got Alex Ross on it. Like there could be fucking anything, like he could do that like weird, like being crushed by his own letters homage. Like it could be anything. But at any rate, you should totally pick up singles, or at least this single specifically, because the cover is spectacular.
I mean, I do love me Alex Ross. I wanna know who he pulled off the street to pose for this picture
Me. It was me, actually.
and make it makes
You
sense.
gave
look
me
good,
wine.
dude. Like it.
You should see my 12-pack.
Yeah, you've been working out.
Yeah.
Nice. It shows.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Alex, issues, trades, no? I guess you
Um,
can't really answer that because you didn't read it, so
I glanced through it. There's not a lot of words in this book. It's mostly actions.
there's a lot of words.
There's enough words for me to get the gist of the book. And I'm gonna say singly because while this #1 is fantastic, I don't know if I trust a Hulk story long enough to warrant picking up like a trade of it.
I mean, I'm going to say the opposite for the
Because
same
once it
reason.
starts getting bad, like
I'm
you
going to
stop
say pick it up and trade because it's one, trades are cheaper, and two, then you have more time to
That's a
figure out
Marvel trade.
how it goes. Because like I can't imagine this story going a long time and being interesting. Because like him being like a vigilante werewolf who's green, like how fun can that be for how long?
I mean,
Like it's going to be great for at least 6 to 8 issues, and that's a trade.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You're not
like that
wrong.
is a perfectly viable.
but also,
viewpoint
I
to
mean,
have.
if you don't think that this trade's gonna come out at like $20, it's not cheaper to get it in trade. It's like the same price.
So it's let's say 6 issues, 6 or 7
no,
issues
no,
at
it's-
$4.
No, it's a Marvel book. It'll be 4 minimum, 5 max.
Okay, so 5 issues at $4
It's $20.
is $20.
It's the exact same price.
Okay, well, trades are easier.
I mean,
That's
more
what
to
I'm
the
saying.
point,
It's a
like,
Marvel
you can
title.
sit
It's
down
hard
and
to say
reread
that.
trades, which
It's
has
gonna be
been like
cheaper.
my biggest benefit for trades ever.
I mean, that's why I pick up the Marvel Deluxe Horror covers. Those are more worth it because they give me not just the main cover of each issue, but they give me the variant covers. Like that Thor Volume 1 down there, I got that sweet Fiona Staples Thor cover.
Oh yeah, that's
Which
a
is
great
gorgeous,
cover.
and
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
like
yeah.
it was one every like 250 issues or something that you ordered for Thor, and it was
Marvel
stupid.
variant covers are the fucking worst.
I hate
it.
I hate
I
them
hate it
so
so
damn
much.
much.
I hate it so much because a lot of them are really cool artists, like Fiona Staples. She has like a bunch of Marvel variants, and I never got a chance to see them until
Brian Lee
I looked them
O'Malley
up.
was doing Young Avengers covers. Like there are a
Yeah.
bunch of rad.
It's my phone background.
Yeah, I mean it's everybody's phone background.
It's not my phone background. My phone background is Lando Calrissian.
No,
as
I'm
played by the
talking, like-
incomparable Donald Glover.
I'm talking like phone background, not
Donald
lock screen.
Calrissian.
Yeah. Lando.
You mean Donald Glover playing Billy D? All right. Last up, we're doing Justice League #1 by Scott Snyder and was it something Chung? Was it-
Chang, Patrick Chang.
No, it's Jim. Jim Chung.
Huh.
Yeah. Jim Chung.
I mean, whoever he is, he's fucking great.
I mean, he's not
like
he's not Jorge Jimenez, because he's gonna be coming on in issue 2, and I love him.
I mean, I like Jimenez as well, but like this issue specifically is really fucking well penciled, man.
It is. It's ridiculously.
There's
well
that like
done.
first intro where it's like all 5 of the Justice League like in their own separate panels doing Batman voices, which is possibly the
Oh
best
my
thing
God.
I've
Oh my
ever
God.
seen.
No,
in
not
any
all of
Justice
them.
League
Superman
book.
didn't get to do his killer Batman impersonation, which we all know he can do it spot on because he just changes his he just changes and tightens his vocal patterns.
And he knows Batman the best. My favorite part is in the background of all these Leaguey Weegies fighting. They just have like auxiliary leaguers. So like
Plastic.
Batman's fighting with my boy Green Arrow. The Terrifics are with Flash,
Yeah.
Wonder Woman, and Swampy taking shit down. Aquaman is with Animal Man. It looks like,
And Vixen.
and Vixen.
Yeah.
And then the Hawks are with
There's Animal Man.
the other Hawk.
Hawkwind.
Hawk Girls with Hawkman and Adam Strange.
Oh yeah, that's what I was talking.
And Supes with the Cyborg.
Well, Cyborg's on the Justice League.
Not anymore, he's not.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's not part.
It's
This is the
just-
OG like animated series Justice League
Yeah,
lineup.
Justice League to
yeah.
Justice League Unlimited. John Stewart's even on this goddamn lineup. It's insane. He's
Yeah.
leading the core.
Like
Why is he
as
here?
a backup plan. Like as Batman's backup plan.
Yeah,
Like
like they advertised John Stewart on the
I mean,
thing,
he's
but like
still part of.
Aquaman's
He's sitting at the main leaguers table right there. So he's part of the league. He's just heading up the
It's
space
also-
team.
he's on that table because he has the gun with a fucking wormhole in it.
There's a lot of reasons on that table. One being that he made an excellent name for himself as a Justice Leaguer.
Who, John Stewart?
No,
No,
Cyborg.
Vic Stone.
Oh.
Vic Stone?
Yeah.
He's
proven-
living the farm team dream.
Eh,
I mean, he's proving his worth, but we don't care about Vic Stone. We care about
I care
Martian
about
Manhunter
Vic
right
Stone.
now. Martian
Vic
Manhunter.
Stone?
Martian Manhunter back
Oh my
from his
God.
long journey of the not existing in the
There's
New
Martian
52 for more than
Holiday.
like 2 minutes.
No, I
For
mean,
more than, like, a hot minute.
he existed. It was just
Yeah, he had a solo series. If
like
you want
he's
to say.
still
He was in the
rocking
JLU.
that like blue suit with like the red highlights, which is kind of peculiar.
I'm not gonna lie, I like that suit.
I mean, it's better than like the Fisher Price my first trunks and suspenders combo.
I'm
that-
gonna hunt
Darwin-
Mr. Mans!
The Darwin Cook one, I love that one. It's so janky.
Dude,
But I mean, like
Darwin
this one is
Cook-
super sweet because he's got like that sweet like. He's first of all he's got like shoulder coverings.
Second of all, he's cut.
He's also very cut in the.
He's a shapeshifter.
That's
Dude
the best
would
part.
have a fucking
just-
17 pack if he wanted.
He does in that picture. Look at him.
It's insane, but it's just so good because I love Martian Manhunter and I've missed Martian Manhunter so much. Like I tried reading that solo series and it just wasn't great. I got lost in like
Martian
issue 3.
Manhunter solo series are never good. Like
And then,
they
like, it was,
follow exactly one plot line. Like I am alone on Earth. I'm no longer alone on Earth. Now I'm alone on Earth again. That is the only plot line that any Martian Manhunter solo series ever has, and it's horrifying. Because he's a telepathic private eye who also has more powers than Superman.
Yep.
Like, he should be easily the most powerful person in all of the Justice League, like without fucking question.
He is.
Except,
But he doesn't apply himself.
His
Because
character- his character
he
isn't.
is the lazy.
except for
No, he's
fire.
not lazy. He's scared. He's scared of losing everything again, and that's the whole.
Are you
like,
talking about he's weak because he's weak to fire, or are you talking about like fire as in like
Beatrice da Costa.
the Brazilian
Yeah.
Justice League International?
Yeah, Beatrice da Costa.
You think
Yeah.
she's stronger than Martian Manhunter?
No.
Is it because she's fire? Is it
No.
because she's made of fire?
On the other hand, also, he turns
Oh.
into a fucking dragon
Yes!
and explodes the moon.
Not
No,
just
he
any
doesn't turn
dragon.
into any dragon. He turns into a gosh dang moon eater.
No, he turned into a Quonar, an extinct moon nester.
So, like, something that would dig a hole in the moon, lay eggs in it, and then fucking leave.
Eat it, the moon. Good lay.
But then it cuts to like Vandal Savage trying to like start up an Injustice game with a race of Neanderthals.
Yeah,
who,
I'm like, Vandal Savage is
evolutionized?
here? How bored can we get?
Seriously,
God.
Vandal Savage is the most boring fucking Justice League villain of all fucking time.
Except
and
for
the
Legends.
best-
He's awesome in Legends.
and-
Ish.
And the best part
Legends
of
is good
fucking
and he's in it.
the best part of all of this is that Lex Luthor beats him to
Oh
fucking
my
death
God.
with a doorknob.
With a doorknob,
Dude,
they're like,
well,
only
he just like beat him to death. He's like, I am the hero. I'm like, yeah, sure, Lex.
He beats him to death with a doorknob, created from the only material that can kill him, and it's made in a weird state that only Lex Luthor can perceive it. So to Vandal Savage...
No. All of that gets explained at the beginning.
Yeah, it's
in the
in the-
beginning,
it
it's like
definitely-
all of the it's dealt with by Martian Manhunter. All of this.
Oh, yeah.
So it's the doorknob of the Hall of Justice that you can only see if you are cleared by Martian Manhunter. Lex
Yeah.
Luthor, up until this point, has been part of the Justice League, ergo a hero, ergo he can totally see it. So he steals the doorknob out of the Hall of Justice and then beats Vandal Savage to death with it in his own
I've said
Legion
it
of
once.
Doom headquarters.
I say it
It's not
again.
even his.
Lex Luthor is the bananas.
That's not even his, because he found
love
out
Lex
that he was
Luthor.
building it, bought it out from under him, put a living weapon in the basement, and put futuristic weapons in the attic. Well, Vandal Savage's like, there's no basement. And then he goes, there's
Why
no
would I
attic.
lie? Why would I lie about
And
that,
then he
Vandal?
beats him to death with the doorknob.
What do I have to
Also,
gain? I'm gonna win
I-
and
anyways.
then,
I didn't even know how much I wanted Lex back in the dress greens
Right?
until I saw it.
Like,
Right, I wanted Lex Luthor to be like interesting as a good guy.
I liked
I
Super
liked
Lex.
it. I liked the theory of good guy Lex Luthor.
Super Lex,
I
yeah,
liked when he
yeah.
showed up on occasion and just they didn't do anything with him. And then he
know.
just like shows up and he's like air quotes the good guy, but because he's an insane person, and I'm all about it. I was excited about this, even though Joker shows up.
More to the point, like, he's not insane. He is dealing with the shit that happens at the end of
Insane's
No
like
Justice.
an easy.
Yeah. But he is dealing with the shit that happens at the end of No Justice, which he was on the satellite teams for.
Yeah.
Like, he was on a distant world fucking up gods.
Yeah.
And
was
then,
on
like, at
Entropy.
the end of it, he was like, Justice League? Not really doing it so well. I should probably figure out a better way to do things, because I'm Lex damn Luthor.
We don't need a league. We need a league.
Language, John.
So, then, he creates the Legion of Doom! Yes! Legion of Doom!
Cheetah, Black Manta, Gorilla Grodd, Joker, and then Sinestro in his blue and blacks.
In his dress blues, yeah.
Also,
Like,
again, I want
I-
to restate Black Manta's here with the coolest helmet of all time.
Black Manta.
It's the coolest helmet of all time. I don't care how lame it is. It's the coolest.
It's weird because the Black Manta helmet is only really super cool if it shoots laser beams out of the eyes.
Which it does.
I mean, you don't know that.
I know it.
Like, it always depends on who's fucking writing it, because sometimes it shoots beams, sometimes it doesn't. In fucking, the Kevin Smith Quiver stuff, he was a fucking, like, reptile, weird, like, green alien spaceman underneath it for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't
Weird.
know. Like, all of Black Manta's stuff is completely dependent on writers. And, you know, like, I'm totally down with Scott Snyder. He totally knows what's going on. And he has expressly come out and said that this is really a Legion of Doom story.
Which is
Fine.
Which is
Fine.
great.
Which
Honestly,
I'm
'cause
so
when I-
about.
Because when I saw the lineup for Justice League, the
Thanks
only
for the
thing that got
heroine, Scott Snyder.
when I first saw the lineup for Justice League,
Like,
the only
man,
thing that
do I feel good.
when I first saw the lineup for Justice League, the only thing I was excited about was seeing Martian Manhunter back on the Justice League.
And he
like,
totally
being
delivered.
the chairman, like leading this team, like being the man above.
They
Yeah,
call him
like,
the chairman
yeah.
because he's the chairman.
No.
That's a legitimate question, John.
But, like-
what is it? What makes a chairman a chairman?
He's in charge. He's the one
Is
that
that
like
what a chairman
leads the
means?
missions. Yes.
Yes.
He's in
Right.
charge.
Literally
All
what
missions
it
are
Is it
delivered
because they
through
sit
him.
in a chair?
No.
Yes or
shut
no?
Up.
Are
Shut
you
up.
sure?
He didn't sit in the chair. He was floating in goddamn space, meditating, connecting his mind to every member of the league.
in the
Yes or
low
no?
throughout the world.
Has to do with the chair.
No.
No.
So eat a dick.
Okay.
To my knowledge, no.
But the one thing that does that makes me a little upset is the Sinestro in the blue and blacks,
You're
because
an insane person.
well, Jeff Johns went and took the character and hey, let's put him in a yellow suit, give him a symbol, and then also here are the other Lantern Corps rings. Oops, I have all rings.
Okay, so you're honestly telling me right now you don't think that Jeff Johns wasn't spinning around in his chair when Scott Snyder was like, I want to put him back in his classic outfit, and Jeff Johns is like, yeah, dude, I'm currently writing a revenge story called Doomsday Clock where we just go back in time. I'm fucking about it, Snyder. Let's do it. Or should I say, I'm about it, Snyder. Let's do it, because
we'll have to.
Jeff Johns is a soft-spoken man.
We'll have to see, because
He has been, as I've seen it.
Because this is Jim Chung doing the art, so it could purely just be his choice in the matter. When Jorge Jimenez comes up next issue, it could totally be the yellows. It could be the Sinestro Corps suit. Because he was in the suit in No Justice. It was the Brainiac version, but it was the Sinestro Corps suit.
Which he totally could do, but it could be the Guardian suit, the blue and black, with the Sinestro Corps symbol, and I would be totally fine with
I'll take that. As long as the Sinestro Corps symbol's there is kind of my really only thing. Because even though he's the exiled leader of the Sinestro Corps, he's still the founder of the Corps. So I want to see him rocking that symbol.
It's the Sinestro Corps. It's
not
the Hal Jordan Corps.
Soranik is
not
also
the John Stewart Corps.
Soranik is also the Sinestro. She's now Soranik Sinestro.
Yeah.
She's taken on her last name, even though they haven't done anything with that in 30 issues.
I mean, that's because she had to fucking tattoo the Sinestro Corps symbol on Kyle Rayner's
Oh my god!
back.
And Kyle Rayner deserved it so much.
Fucking crap face Kyle. Eat a dick.
Fighter pilot! That was my favorite thing, when he got beaten up so bad by fucking Zod, and then Hal's like, here you go, use my ring, get out. And he's like, what? No. And it was just too much Hal Jordan for him, that he started embodying Hal Jordan's mannerisms.
Fighter planes and whatnot.
The Coast City Express? He's just throwing out words of pseudo inspiration that make no sense, and guys what the fuck are you talking about, Kyle? And he's just planes! And it's just so good.
So I'm curious to see, there are the Legion of Doom gets introduced in this issue.
Yeah,
and
it's sweet.
But only really 2 people have speaking roles. So Sinestro shows up, Grodd shows up, Joker shows up and says some shit because
he says language Lex, and these are fucking they're fucking children.
But Manta shows up and
joke.
Cheetah shows up. So I don't know if Cheetah still has super speed. I don't know if Manta is still an alien. I don't know what the deal is with Grodd. And I don't know what the fuck the deal is with Sinestro and why he's kicking the Guardian gear.
That is the one that makes is the biggest of it, because after the events of the pre-Flash War arc, where Grodd comes back and he's sick because he needs this because he's had too much Speed Force into him, and he's addicted essentially.
He needs a Speed Force Viagra.
No. Speed Force essentially becomes Venom to Grodd. So Grodd needs the Speed Force, and then they Barry and Team Flash end up curing Grodd of his sickness and removing the Speed Force from his body. Black Manta shows up in Titans as the father of Jackson Hyde.
Yeah.
Aqualad, who's Well, we don't know that name yet, unfortunately.
Not
he's
in
just,
comics.
He's just
but
Jackson
he's fucking
Hyde.
Calderon. Dude.
Yeah, it's Calderon.
There's no
Jackson Hyde
way
is a dumb
he's
name
not
compared to Calderon.
Yeah.
So he's the dad to Calder, and they had a big arc about it. And then Cheetah's been kind of showing up in Wonder Woman, so I assume this is still
she showed up in
the
year
Minerva
1.
Cheetah.
Which took place fucking 20 years before the Rebirth reboot. You know what I mean? It's year 1.
Well, I'm talking about this one. She's been showing up in some of the more recent Wonder Woman comics.
No, she hasn't.
What? She's been on covers.
Not with the most recent Swan, Jazz. She wasn't part of. She hasn't shown up in at least a year.
She's been in Rebirth.
That's probably for the best.
I know she's been in Rebirth.
Although she is the bad guy of Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah, and she's played by what's her name from Parks and Rec, which would be
Amy Poehler?
Yes.
No way.
No.
That's
I got
100%.
Kristen Wiig.
Oh, okay.
She's not from Parks and Rec.
That's the girl from Ghostbusters, who looks kind of like Rashida Jones.
Yeah,
but
but it's not.
definitely
Yeah,
not because Rashida Jones is
Okay, so not the
perfect,
one from
and
Parks
Kristen
and
Wiig is
Rec,
okay.
but the like it.
the B movie version.
Kristen Wiig is
Yeah, it's
Cheetah.
Kristen Wiig.
Just like how that guy from
know.
iZombie is like the B version of Neil Patrick
Spike.
Harris.
Or James Marsden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also a good one.
I
But anyway.
really quick. I want to talk about this last time, but we couldn't because Alex didn't finish No Justice.
Oh,
Can
alright.
we go back and talk about Starro?
The
My main
Conqueror!
man?
Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh. The best part of that entire series is when Martian Manhunter is like, Starro, you can be a hero. And he's like, dude, fucking, I'm Starro. And he's like, no, you can be a hero. And he's like, cool, Martian Manhunter, I believe in myself. And he saves all those planets.
He uses
his psychic
Ryan
link.
Choi's Adam, the White Dwarf
What?
Adam.
You're skipping ahead.
No.
Yes.
What?
He uses his mental link to tell all the planets, hey, we're going to make you grow big, so don't panic and have a bunch of heart attacks. So he saves all those people while Sinestro's all like, yeah, this is really dumb. This is a really bad idea. I'm going to have to kill like 5 bajillion criminals. And he's like, dude, Martian Manhunter said I could do it, so I'm going to do it. Then the Titans show up and start eating people. And then he goes, hey, Adam boy, why don't you hit me with them biggins, them big particles, and make me
The embiggening spells.
and he just turns into a gigantic starfish with like 8 arms, and is just like, motherfucker, I'm
And then
Starro the Conqueror.
And then he tries to Starro take over the thing.
And he
the
almost does it.
And then he dies.
And then he dies. And then Martian Manhunter's response to that is to go, well, we did go to the mystery tree, and him sacrificing himself is a mystery. Let's move on.
Well, no.
Yeah.
On the ship,
I mean,
on the ship in the next issue,
well
like
said.
Raven is like shook because she still is like feeling the
The psychic scream.
the psychic scream of Starro's death, and like it's changed. It's like this is gonna be with her for a while. Like,
Well, I mean, it's going to be with me for a while.
Like,
Because
if they don't
Starro
ma-
is
if
the
they don't
best part of
mention
No
this
Justice,
in the
and
new
there's no
Titans
reason
run.
it should
No,
have been.
there's have you guys read? Neither of you guys have read the Titans special.
No.
Which takes place after the
Events of No Justice. I
yeah,
think.
but it's Dick Grayson running around,
Grace Dixon?
like
Dixter?
catching a bunch of
Dixter.
like damaged individuals
Okay.
to track down, because apparently the break in the source wall has caused something similar to a Terragenesis effect.
Oh.
So, like, people are just getting random superpowers in the DC universe. And
Okay.
it's like, it starts off with, like, Dick Grayson chasing some lady down a fucking subway, and then she jumps out of a fucking train and gets macked by another train. And
Yeah,
it just, like, you know.
He's really bad at this.
Yeah, and just, like, shakes him to his core. So then he, like, goes to recruit a team for the new Titans, and it's Raven, who's all bent after No Justice, and it's Beast Boy, who can't keep a form after No Justice, so he's all bent. And then it's Steel's daughter.
Oh, yeah, that team looks sick.
Natalia Irons.
Wait,
oh my
is it Natasha?
god!
Is it Natasha Irons? His
Yes!
name? Oh, okay. You
With
said
the
daughter, and I'm
like
like,
with
what?
the rad braid
Yeah.
helmet.
Yeah,
dude.
Natasha Irons Steel.
Oh my
That's
god!
right. I
I'm
totally
so
forgot
excited.
that was the team.
The new
And
Titans
the
run
new-
looks so
And
good.
both
Miss
the
Martian
Titans team
is
look
like
awesome.
their Miss Martian is their like
McGann Moores?
Yeah.
Oh my
Is their like
God.
you know chaperone from the Justice League? Like they just throw him down, and like it's absolutely amazing.
Arsenal's there, I
like
think, too, right?
No,
No,
he's not yet.
he's gone.
Or
He's
at
dead,
least
right?
not yet.
He's
But
in and out.
I'm just so glad
so
that
that
this team
is
exists
the
because it looks
team
so good.
thus far. And there's one more that I think I'm missing, but you know, it's like another one who's. But that's the whole premise of the new Titans team, is that it's a team built out of people who are just all completely destroyed from the events of No Justice,
Yeah.
who are hunting down all of these people who now apparently all have superpowers after the events of No Justice. So definitely check out Titans as well.
Speaking of annuals
Yeah.
tied into this, the Green Arrow annual, I gotta do it. Was awesome. Did you read it?
Yes.
Oh, I thought I read something that you didn't. Damn it. Anyways,
Never.
so he flies the aeroplane.
Oh, yes.
He flies
Yes,
the aeroplane.
Yes, I do totally. Yes.
He's like,
he
like-
airplane.
he gets a phone call and he's like, "Pretty Bird," and then Oracle's being Oracle. She's fucking Oracle, and also the Bensons are writing Green Arrow now. Did you?
Yeah, I saw that. The
Like,
Bensons are writing
oh
Green
my
Arrow.
god, because their Black Canary is perfect, and if they just turn Green Arrow into Green Arrow Black Canary Part 2, I will lose my shit.
I mean, that's what's gonna
Like,
happen.
that'll be so good. That's all I want.
Green Arrow, Black Canary
But-
is such a fantastic
Oh my
combination.
God.
It's just perfect.
No. There's a better combination. It's Green Arrow and not going with his responsibilities.
Yes.
No,
That's the better. That's the better
No.
combination. We all agree.
no, that's just a Green Arrow's like all too human failing.
That's his superpower.
That's a super.
That's my secret cap.
I've always abandoned my responsibilities.
I thought I had something there, but that's not very good. But
Sounds
anyways,
better.
so at the end of No Justice, Martian Manhunter is like, "Green Arrow, you suck, right?" And he's like, "Dude, not cool." And he's like, "Well, anyways, here's a box that can kill all the Justice League." And he's like, "Fuck, man, I'm just a guy with a bow and arrow. You know I'm dead next issue, right?" And Martian Manhunter's like, "You'll be fine."
And then he phases through
But
a
the
wall.
best part is he's like, at the end of the annual, he's like, "Maybe I should tell Black Canary that I have this thing," and he chooses not to. He goes, "I never kept anything from her except for this, except for the fact that she snores in her sleep," and I'm like, "Oh, cool. This is going to be a hardcore. Canary's gonna kick his teeth out when she finds out, because like." She's in danger anyways, and the only thing in the entire galaxy that can save Green Arrow is Black Canary, and he's just a fucking idiot. He's like, "I'm not gonna tell her about this thing that's gonna get us all killed."
Sooner or later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm excited for that kerfuffle.
Yeah. No, I mean that'll be good.
I mean, the Bensons did
It'll
pretty
be a
good
good one.
background on the Birds of Prey, so I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the new Green Arrow stuff.
I
Even
love
though,
Batgirl
Kelly
and the Birds
Lansing,
of Prey.
the Kelly Lansing.
I didn't
Green
like
Arrow
the
was pretty
title
good.
because it should just be Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
I know Batgirl's there.
I mean, also, have you seen? So, Sean Murphy did the redesign of Batgirl's costume. She's like kicking the
Her redesign.
yeah, kicking the like of Burnside like snap cape nonsense to the curb. Like Fisher Price, my first Doc
Good.
Martin.
The Babsar one. I mean, I love.
You mean
Babsar.
I love that
the-
costume as
This
well,
is for
but-
Stephanie Brown. Let's give her red hair
Yes.
costume.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly so. So now she's actually going to be getting a like
Googling this right
because
now.
she's moving back to Gotham,
Okay, good.
and like the premise of it is that it's supposed to be the first costume she was working on when she was like living with her dad in Gotham City and whatnot.
Is it gonna be the costume from the Batman, that sweet TV series?
No, it's not purple at all.
Really? There's no purple
Yeah,
in
it's
it.
like blue and yellow and black.
Oh dang, that's super.
And it's
throwbacky.
developed by Sean Murphy.
Ooh.
I mean, all I can find is.
I mean,
the
Sean
White
Murphy's
Knight.
design in White Knight was super sweet.
It's very similar.
Okay.
Oh, if it's
well,
similar to
that's
that,
fine.
I'll dig that. I'll take that.
It's very similar.
It's like
It's
a
really
nice
good.
combination
The one
of what
in-
I like about the new suit
Yeah.
mixed with like classic.
Well, I mean, his costume in that book looked really similar to the Thrill Killer. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
It looked really similar to the Thrill Killer.
I can dig it.
Batgirl
With
costume.
shorter ears because long ears is silly.
I don't know. Depends on whether you're Sam Keith or not.
I'm not, so
Oh well, you know.
then it's silly.
Then yeah, like yeah, I can understand you not being down with long ears. But if you were Sam Keith, you would be all about it.
Anyways, I think we've talked enough Justice League for now.
I don't know, man. This issue is fucking spectacular.
It was
It's so
awesome.
like,
good.
it's really
Oh
good.
my god, they just need to change this title to the Legion of Doom, and I.
Oh
Yeah,
my
they will.
god, I would
For at
fucking.
least one cover, it's definitely going to have Justice League crossed out. It's going to say Legion of Doom.
I mean, there's already a variant cover of the Legion of Doom, and it's dope.
Also,
Like, it is
can we take a
extra
minute to
dope.
appreciate how extra this gun that John Stewart made is?
It shoots wormholes full of fucking teleport graviton nonsense.
Made out of 10th metal. Like this is ridiculous.
10th metal.
I fucking love it. It's-
Like that literally just got invented 3 issues ago.
It's like, fuck
I
it.
know.
10th metal's in my gun now, baby. Bam!
Also, why does he need a comm link when he's telepathically communicating?
Because it looks awesome, Alex, alright?
'Cause
Why do
Rob
they need
Liefeld,
anything?
Like, what the fuck,
It's
dude?
very Liefeldian
Why does Hal Jordan need a mask when he's a space cop?
because he's very true and tried to his.
Do you think
American
if a
roots.
cop showed up in real life wearing a domino mask, they would let him on the police force? Probably, because they don't kick those motherfuckers off for nothing.
Exactly.
But that's not the point. The point is he would look like an insane person.
I mean, I'd respect him more, honestly.
I don't know, man. Cop with a domino mask, I'd probably back off.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's
like,
horrifying.
That is
No,
obviously
that's a
the
man
super
who's got
cop.
something. That's a man who's got something to lose, so you don't want to fuck with him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like,
But
that
he's
is
got his
obviously
name on his
the
shirt.
super cop of the group.
Anyway,
Like, nah, I'm not fucking with the
Justice
dude in the
League.
mask.
I think we can all safely assume this is a pick-up in singles book.
That is pick up in singles and trade.
Pick it up in every form, all forms, every
You
form.
know, I'm kind of sad that all 4 of our books, the first time we did this singles trades,
Broke
series,
down to
it
singles.
broke down to all singles. All singles.
It's because they were really good books. Like I said, we should like these
You
are
need
just
to pick worse books.
Well, no, I mean, like the whole point of this is we pick books that we think we are noteworthy to talk about. So some of them are gonna be bad, like when we talked about like White Knight and
Yeah, White Knight is a total trade book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
No, White Knight.
I don't
is
even
a
know if I would
super-
want to pick it up in trade. I'll pick it up
If
in
you have to
hardcover
pick it up-
because it's a Sean Murphy hardcover.
Obviously.
But like, I'm never going to read that again.
Really? I'll pick it up
No,
and trade.
I
like,
mean-
and see if I miss something. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Also,
accepted.
apparently, the hardcover, it got picked up. I was actually just talking to somebody about this. It got picked up by Black Circle, which is their mature readers line, like the new one.
Mhm.
And apparently, there's just like a ton of fucking like censored and like cut shit that happened.
Oh, so it just gets better now.
So like,
So now I have to read it. So I have to figure out.
so like, once it gets released under the Black Circle imprint, it will have all of those things back in, and it's like weird violence and like, you know, nudity and whatnot.
Boobies?
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time Booby sold me on a comic. I
No,
grew up in the
no,
90s,
no.
man.
It's
I bought
Sean Murphy.
Youngblood 1
It's Sean Murphy.
15
We're gonna
times.
see some dong. We're gonna see some dong swinging around. And it's gonna,
Swang and dang.
it's gonna be about a guy who's just like running
Sean
this town.
Swanger.
Anyway,
So yeah, that was our big 4.
I personally liked all of them. Even Hulk. Even though I barely read it, I liked what I read, and I liked the premise.
I like that one splash page.
Super good.
This is easily the best Hulk that's existed.
We'll see. We'll see.
This was just all around. I'm gonna segue this real quick. This is an all around pretty cool week. There's like a lot of number 1s, and I felt like
And there's more coming out. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't even go over Doc Strange. We didn't go
Yeah.
over Tony.
Plastic Man,
Dude,
Gail
Plastic Man.
Simone's Plastic Man. Are you
And it is
crazy? It was so good.
spectacular.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. There was.
Oh my god,
Hawkman.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. Nadia fucking Pym. Yeah.
I have that book in my
Unexpected.
box. I'm gonna be picking it up.
Uh,
The Unexpected. Like, there's a lot of other books.
The Unexpected was kind of bad.
Pretty much
But,
any-
like, you know.
whoa, John. Kinda.
Yeah, no, it was
But it was like spectacularly bad.
Yeah,
I
no,
am
no.
picking this motherfucker up.
It failed in a spectacular
Yeah,
manner.
oh my god. Also, might I add, quite unexpected.
Speaking of spectacular failures, also the weekend's ongoing series happened.
It was awesome.
It was not awesome.
It was awesome.
Continue.
You're an insane person.
Oh damn! I didn't think we were gonna do this, but we're moving into our next segment, the Squared Circle. Tonight we'll have a riveting match between Spuds and John. In the red corner, weighing a mere 350 pounds of. I'm not reading this.
Hey, read it.
No,
I wrote it for you.
no. Why is the Alkali Flats mentioned on here?
Because that's where I am from. I am pure muscle. I am a berserker tank, and I will
Blasting
destroy.
along the Alkali Flats in a jet-powered, monkey-navigated... And it goes on.
350 pounds of pure muscle. Red corner. Say it.
No. And in the blue corner, weighing in at 180 pounds of cheap Irish whiskey in Parliament,
Expensive Irish whiskey.
expensive Irish whiskey, John.
That
Now, begin.
All right, look, Starboy. He's a motherfucking Starboy.
I mean, so I have heard many and various times.
So it's a strange dystopian future with a killer croc cannibal.
It is a strange dystopian future that is built out of exactly 30 seconds of knowledge of Judge Dredd.
That's all you need for this bad boy.
Compensated by a tangential understanding.
What does
of Batman.
tangential mean?
Like,
Get back on my level. If we're gonna fight, you're coming down to my level, John.
Like-
I'm not moving up.
Like really uninformed knowledge of Batman's origin
Oh
story.
yes, I agree. It's awesome.
Combined with like a very partial understanding of with great power comes great responsibility Spider-Man flavor. Combined with the fact that The Weeknd fucking wrote it and he writes fucking top 40 song lyrics.
Okay, I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
What part of that is bad?
Literally every single thing
So
that
if
I
you
just
take
said.
all those things and you combine them together, John, we get this beautiful, wondrous, almost a satire of modern day comic books mixed with the old. And on top of that, we get this awesome cyberpunk dystopian future, splashes of ads to fill out the world, because this is a Marvel book without ads. There's no ads in this book. We don't get any. We don't get any Hulk comforters ads. We don't get any goddamn Snicker bars ads. We just have fucking sex robots and robot dogs.
That is because it is exactly paid for by The Weeknd.
Yup.
Like The Weeknd purchased this entire comic, and then proceeded to purchase the entire ad space as well.
And then
Because
be a
he doesn't
motherfucking
really
star
know
boy.
How comics work, which is completely present.
I disagree. I think he knows exactly how comic books work, and that's why he wrote the most basic comic book origin of all time as this beautiful homage to how stupid comic book origins are.
No, I think first off, like here is a thing I never thought I'd say. I think you're giving The Weeknd a little too much credit.
John, you say that every week. It doesn't matter.
Like, dude, it is every single origin story smashed into itself. Like, no, he did not write this as a fucking satire of the comic book thing. He wrote it because he really, really wants to be a superhero.
Satire
like,
is a
so
bad word.
very bad.
And you don't want to be a superhero, John?
Everybody wants to be a fucking
Yes.
superhero. Most of us
if
don't
you
write
had
I would like
comics
to be a
about it.
superhero.
Thank you, Alex. If you had the money to throw at it and write this fucking olive drab story where you get to be a motherfucking star boy, you wouldn't do it, John?
No.
That's incorrect. That's a lie. That's a lie, and you know it.
No.
That's a lie, and you know it.
To be a star boy? No, I would not.
You don't want to be part star?
Would I have
Part
written
boy?
this fucking like horse shit fucking parade of a fucking
All right.
origin story?
It's
No.
on, John. You and I are gonna go. We're gonna go, and in this 2-week break, we're gonna each write our very first issue 1 book of our own superhero origin stories, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna force Alex to read through all that nonsense, and he's gonna tell us that yours is better no matter what, just to spite me, and it won't be a fair and even balanced officiation.
I mean,
I'll punch him in the mouth, and then this whole thing
Well,
will
first of
start
all,
over.
John
I mean,
already
aside
wins
from Alex getting punched in the
because
mouth, this all
he knows
sounds
more
fine to
words
me.
than you do.
That's not fair.
It's completely fair.
John eats dictionaries. It's not fair. I can't handle that much fiber.
I eat dictionaries. I shit sentences.
It's gross. I've seen it. Anyways,
So, now that we've gotten our Starboy out of the way.
So that was that. Hope everyone enjoyed that.
I enjoyed it.
I mean,
Our-
you know,
I think
Our
we figured
real
out exactly
squared
who we
circles.
stand.
Our first real squared circle fight. All right, moving on. What's up next? What are we doing now?
Oh, I didn't have anything planned. I just wanted to yell at John.
All right, I think that's about wraps up this week's.
like we should go single recommendations, like real quick.
For this
Round
week?
robin? Yeah, man.
Or for upcoming?
well,
Oh, well, we have to do both, but like...
Well, for this week, I mean,
Okay.
like I haven't gotten a chance to talk about A Walk Through Hell, which is Garth Ennis' first book that he has not been really gross in like 25
I
years.
don't believe you.
I am dead serious.
I don't believe you.
I know you don't believe me, but I am absolutely fucking serious.
There's
like,
no dogs
oh,
eating ass.
There is no dogs eating ass. Like there is no like even really sex. Honestly,
There's no bottom feeders.
there are no bottom feeders.
Hey, what are you doing?
So,
That joke doesn't work as well if you didn't get the pregame.
the Stephen A.
Context.
Smithness of everything.
All right.
John, how was Hawkman?
It was quite good.
Okay,
It's Brian
That's
Vendini.
all I wanted to know.
Like
That's-
that dude.
We're moving on.
But that dude did the momentous task of taking up Jeff Johns' Green Lantern run after he stepped away from it 10 years later.
Also, this
And
cover
then
is
it was
fucking
good.
dope.
The
Steven
Zajic
Sajic cover? Oh my god.
I am in
Stephen
love
Sajic.
with Sajic's art. Like,
That just happens with Sajic.
That's
Like
why
every
Oh,
now and
gorgeous.
again, you'll like see a piece of art and you're like, "Aw," and then you're like, "Well, nothing ever measures up to this."
that's how I feel about that one arc of Rat Queens.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
is sad because I love that first arc, but I can never read it, knowing that soon I'm just gonna skip ahead to the Sajic stuff,
Yeah.
so I can just stare at those pages. Alex, what do you recommend for this week? Wait, did you already recommend or who
Yeah,
recommended?
A Walk Through Hell.
Oh, okay.
I want to say By Night. I haven't had a chance to go through it completely, but it's a new boom book by John Allison, who writes Giant Days, which is a really, really fun boom book. I love a lot.
Giant Days is great.
We'll talk about Giant Days more at some points. I don't think I've had a chance to talk about it yet.
No, we
But
haven't.
like I talked about last time we were on, it's one of those books that exists thanks to Blue Monday.
Yep.
Essentially. But By Night, new John Allison book. That's my rec for the week.
Word. Spuzzy. Hawkman.
I didn't read Hawkman.
Oh.
It was in my list. I read a lot of books, but I had to read like the important stuff. I didn't even get to read Coda issue 2 yet.
Maybe you're gonna wreck Plex.
It's
tonight.
real good.
I believe you. I didn't get to read. I read Unexpected. Unexpected is unexpectedly bad good. But
Read
that's not
Plastic
my.
Man, didn't you?
I read Plastic Man. I do recommend Plastic Man, but more than that, I recommend this motherfucking Starboy.
Oh my
Read
God.
Starboy.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Read Starboy. Let us know what you think. Do you side with Spuds or John?
Dude,
Who
no,
won?
Read Starboy. Just, type in saying no.
Don't do that. That's not fair. That's not fair. That's so much easier than reading Starboy. Like, I'm half tempted to do it just to be a participant.
I mean, I don't even mind the dude's music, honestly. Like, I don't have anything against him. He did that one weird song with the girl that never smiles, and that was okay.
See ya.
Lana Del.
Oh, I don't know who that is. Okay, so my actual recommendation is Plastic Man, because Plastic Man was awesome.
It's so good.
Gail
It's
Simone.
Gail
It is so
Simone.
good, and I don't know what got into Gail Simone lately, but
Right.
she is just like on this crazy happy kick, and I'm so fucking happy.
I think whatever happened
I
with
was
Gail
not
Simone,
expecting
she's finally worked
a lot of
through,
this writing.
and she's getting to a better point in her life. And I'm so happy you're doing well, Gail Simone. If you're
Seriously.
listening to this, Gail Simone, let us know if it's
here's
true.
the new
We want to
Teen
know.
Titans
Yeah, it's so
Donna
good.
Troy. Donna Troy is the last.
I knew it was
visit.
a member.
Yes.
I knew it
and
was a
she's
member of
like
the Titans.
fucking knocking back tequila.
Yeah,
and,
'cause of the whole
punching
Troya
the,
stuff.
punching the heavy bag. Like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
a fucking clone. Like, trying to deal with all that nonsense. It's fantastic.
Oh my god, the Troya arc was so good. I
yeah,
love
man.
the Troya arc.
Also, there's
She's-
that one perfect panel
So
in which
Wang
Plastic Man
as
makes
Wonder
himself
Woman?
into Wonder Woman.
Perfect.
Really, I was saying it's
What? Too
it's
much
so
cleavage?
Wang.
That's so Wang. Wait, is
Wang
Wang
good?
bad?
Is Wang bad? I don't know. Am I Wang? Are you Wang? I just can't tell.
He's been trapped in a fucking egg for like 30 years.
12-pack?
Man,
Man, it's so good.
I mean, it's
Gail
I'm-
Simone makes a dick joke.
Gail Simone makes all of the dick jokes.
I know, and I love this dick joke. It's
Yeah.
near and dear to my heart is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I haven't had a good dick joke in forever because I wait to read Saga and Trade.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
And also, Matt Fraction doesn't write anything anymore.
Seriously, I just read Young Terrorist the other day, and that is just chock full of great dick jokes.
You know, like I'm not like standing by dick jokes. I'm not like advocating for them. But I am saying, if you can show up to me and you can make a dick joke that works really well, that is akin to like just like the most juicy pun. You know what I'm talking about? Like a pun where like you don't want to laugh, but you gotta because it's perfect.
I mean, I understand. Like, sometimes the punchlines that where you can, like, force people into laughing are the best ones.
Yeah.
Where
The
like it's just
punchlines.
inescapable.
Ooh, you can't force it.
And
down.
but I don't want to use forcing people into anything and dick jokes in the same thought.
Good call. However, you should totally read fucking Plastic Man, and also completely boycott Starboy because it's fucking trash.
Boycotting Starboy.
Listeners at home, let us know what you think.
Because I'm a motherfucking Starboy.
Dude.
Now we move on to our final set part of the episode. We're gonna talk about some books coming out in the next couple weeks. Y'all should check out. John.
So I'm kind of cheating here, but Dark Knight's Rising, the hardcover is coming out, and that collects all of the individual Evil Batman issues,
Yeah.
which are all fucking fantastic.
Oh, whoa. Man, the Batman Who Laughs isn't that great.
Batman Who Laughs is not that great, but it's not bad.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's like, especially in this, when you read this book cover to cover, you're going to be like, oh, wow, these are really good, except for that one stinker that stands out exceptionally more.
I don't know. I actually do not agree with that. The Batman Who Laughs actually has some fantastic points to it.
I don't
Spudsy
remember
hates the Joker, so...
It was also just boring in comparison. It was the most boring, hashed together story out
It
of
was
all
the
of
most
them.
boring out of the bunch, but that does not mean that it's boring.
No, I liked it. Fine.
See?
That's
I mean,
all
my
have to
only
say.
complaint with that book is it was Rossmo on art, and I don't like his art.
But regardless, like all of the rest of them, like even if the Joker story was like Joker Batman story was like an absolute fucking stinker, which is not, like the rest of them are so fucking phenomenal that it does not matter.
I can't
the
believe-
Ares one, the fucking Flash one,
That one's my favorite, honestly.
it's so good. The Red Death, like the Murder Machine,
I like
all
Murder
of
Machine a
that
lot.
stuff is
What was my favorite one?
really good.
My favorite
the
one is
Dawnbreaker.
Dawnbreaker was super
that was
good.
awesome. My favorite one is the Doomsday one. The
Yeah.
Devastator. That's my
yeah.
favorite one.
I can't believe
The
I can say-
Merciless.
Yeah.
I can't believe there was a Doomsday book that was actually good.
Yeah.
Seriously,
that's-
I thought for
just
sure.
as surprised as you are.
I read the Ares one. I was like, okay, so the Doomsday one has to be bad because there's no way they're both going to give me a good Ares story and a good Doomsday story, especially not back to back. Boom, I was immediately
And
wrong.
back to back,
Oh my
they did.
god, it was so good. That was such a great time in the monthly issues with Metal. It was everyone was so hyped around it, and it was so amazing. And then unfortunately, Metal kind of teetered off towards the end. But those single issues
I
were great.
disagree, man.
Oh no, because it got postponed. I think is what you mean.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, also I felt like the last half of issue the last issue felt very rushed.
Really?
I feel like they could have done
I feel
a
like
little more.
as far as huge crossover events goes, this is probably like one of the best in a decent chunk
In
of time.
recent memory.
I mean,
'cause, like,
the last big one was
I mean, mostly
what,
I'm dealing
Infinite
with
Crisis?
like
Final Crisis?
Marvel's like 80 crossover events a month, and
Yeah.
those are always not.
Yeah, DC's
Good.
had one in the past 4 years.
I think the last big one was.
What-
Was Final
no,
Crisis, I think.
Convergence was not that
Convergence. Convergence was
Oh,
the last
yeah.
big one.
great.
And that was
Convergence
still like
not
what?
that great, but it was also like starring
Future's
Earth 2.
End.
Future's End was also not that
not
great.
good.
No.
But
Forever
like-
Evil.
Forever Evil was great.
Forever Evil was spectacular. Like Infinite Crisis was great. Final Crisis was also spectacular. Like they're
My-
they're batting 500.
My only thing with Metal is that I just wish it
that
was
good?
8 issues.
It's half.
Oh,
Just give me a little bit more, because I felt like it had a really good pacing, 1, 2, and 3. I'm like, sweet, this is a really good beginning, leading into a middle. And then they kind of just, felt like they skipped some parts in the middle, and just went towards the end, and I feel like I'm missing something.
See, I disagree. When the trade comes out, go back and reread it and see how fucking well paced it is.
maybe
All
you
right,
actually
all right,
missed
all
an
right.
issue.
Maybe I did miss an issue. Maybe I did. I don't know.
Well, I mean, also the problem was that they were releasing all of the evil Batman single issues in between.
True.
So there was this odd pacing to it. I guarantee you, there are 3 trades that are out, if not now, but next week, and it's the Batman single issues, the actual Dark Knight's Metal.
No, that's out already.
and the Road to Dark Knight's Metal, which is also out.
The Forge and Casting?
They have everything out but metal, right?
No, Metal is out.
Metal is out.
The Dark Knight ones come out next week, and then that's the one
The
that comes out.
one-shots come out
The
next
one-shots.
week.
Where
it's like Red Death, Murder Machine.
Yeah. What?
All that.
No.
There's one
no.
more book, isn't there?
It's the Titans. The Nightwing, Teen Titans, Green Arrow, Suicide Squad one.
Oh, yeah. And those were all right. The
I mean,
Green Arrow,
I
Teen
like them.
Titans stuff was all right.
Yeah.
The Nightwing stuff was passable.
I mean, I liked how it tied back to that arc, with that was a callback to Grant Morrison's Batman and Robin, which is
You
awesome.
would.
Everything's
I love
a
it.
callback to Grant Morrison's Batman and Robin.
It's because Grant Morrison had some of the best
Even
Batman
Death
stuff.
Stranding.
Even Death Stranding. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Anyways,
Um,
what's your picks? Alex, what is your recommendations?
mine is flavor number 2.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
We talked about that one last week before? I don't remember.
Last
Anyway,
episode.
I really like that book, and I'm super excited to read more of it. It's flavor number 2, and then another book coming out. It's by Dark Horse, Modern Fantasy.
Modern Fantasy has a possibility of being really interesting.
It looks interesting. Like I saw it in the solicits, and it's like weird modern magic stuff. It looks interesting. I'll give it a shot. But it looks interesting enough to where if people like weird like modern takes on fantasy, like if you like curse words or anything along that lines, like it looks like it'll be something similar to that.
Yeah.
Not on the same par as obviously curse words, because what's the writer's name?
I mean, the same way.
Curse words?
Colin
Yeah,
Bob. Is it so?
Charles Soule. Yeah, it's not going to be like as good as anything Charles Soule has done, but like it'll definitely be like around that same genre.
Well, I mean, you don't know. You never know until you
Hey,
look up the
I'll
answer.
read if I read it and I come back next
Don't
time and I'm like, this is better than
know.
curse
No, you
words.
know.
We're gonna have some fighting words. All right. And that's my Rex. Spudsy.
So both of my recommendations are actually Marvel, which is weird. 'Cause
What?
I haven't been their biggest fan as of late.
No.
And one of them is Multiple Man, because like, fucking, come on, it's Multiple Man.
Dude, Jamie Madrox has not had his moment in the sun since the Peter David X Factor run, which was spectacular.
And that moment in the
all
sun
about.
is like momentous and sun filled.
You are not wrong.
Like how awesome is it to just make multiples of yourself and force them to learn, and then you just know.
Yeah.
Think of all the shit you could get done.
I mean, with
Seriously,
his power
go
set,
study
like
in a Shaolin temple. Like,
You just-
now I know Kung Fu.
you just
While-
learn everything.
while
Become a
you're
master of
just
all.
learning, like fine French cuisine. Why the fuck not? You got literally all the time in the world.
Yeah.
As long as you punch yourself in the face, you could become a super genius.
As long as you stamp your foot down real hard. Like,
He doesn't even
come
have
on,
to. He
man.
doesn't have to become a super genius. He could have some of his clones go out and like learn everything, and have other things like go out and experience the world. You know, climb Mount Everest. Like go into like the Indian temples and everything like that. Like see the world and then come back.
Overthrow a third world country.
Exactly, and be the most learned, diverse, cultured person in existence.
Like a super genius or something.
No, like a super philanthropist.
Fair enough.
Like higher than like Ozymandias level, because Ozymandias, while being a super genius, is also
Blonded.
like super
Blonded.
cultured and learned.
And also dropped a giant tentacle monster.
Yeah, but I
on
mean that's the
Manhattan.
price of insanity. And
It's
power.
pretty dope.
I mean, he
Unless you had to
gets
see
Batman
it.
beats the shit out of him for it. I think.
Anyways,
Batman gets
he will.
dropped out of the fucking Owlmobile.
Into the
Like
pit of
fucking
masses.
last night's trash.
so and then finally is the segue to our next episode when we are joined by our friend of the show.
A very special guest who
Our
will not be
very
named.
first special guest.
Yes, so you can tune in for that.
Find out who it is next time.
And
Dragon
oh my
Ball Z.
god, let me tell you, we already have so many groaners prepared, and by that I mean bad jokes.
John and I'm gonna. John, what's your favorite kind of hard liquor? I'm gonna get some shot glasses, and we're just gonna do shots.
Obviously, it's
We're gonna
whiskey.
be
Look
we're
at
gonna
it.
be like
Dude,
slosh
I fucking
in like
drive.
2 minutes. We'll be sloshing like 2 minutes into the podcast before we even start recording.
So,
It'll be
if
awful.
you would like to create your own at-home shot-taking drinking game regarding puns, next episode is the episode to fucking do it.
Get your glasses ready. Anyways, the book I'm talking about is X-Men Gold number 30, the wedding of Kitty Pryde and Colossus.
Surely nothing terrible will happen.
No. And I
Colossus
get
is
to
gonna be,
ask
put into a
the
giant
age-old-
bullet and sent through hell this time, where it's hot, so it'll bake in there, and then Kitty Pryde will marry Star-Lord again.
well,
In grief.
when we get to ask the age-old question, did Marvel force this marriage on us because of the Bat and Cat wedding?
Yes.
The answer is probably. We'll
Yeah,
figure it out
no,
next
is
week.
that an
We'll
age-old
figure it out
question?
next week.
That's not an age-old
That was a-
question.
that was a
That's
pretty
a
good-
statement.
My ages last maybe a week.
That's a statement
Oh,
at
then,
best.
yeah. In that case, it's totally an age-old question.
John, what'd you learn this week?
Learn that apparently more people need to fucking read more Warren Ellis.
How did you learn that from this episode?
Well,
I'm going to start asking you this question.
Nobody asked me about Warren Ellis this week. So
We also didn't talk about
apparently
Warren
I'm not
Ellis.
doing my fucking job as
One
a prophet
time.
of Warren Ellis.
One time. That Alex, what'd you learn this week?
Anytime Kelly Thompson writes anything, pick it up immediately because it'll be good. And I swear to God, she's gonna make me like Gwenpool as a character, and I'm not prepared for that.
Oh my god.
She's writing West Coast Avengers, and I'm not prepared to be in love with that team.
I'm so prepared to be in love with that team.
It's everyone I love, but then fucking Gwendolyn Poole's on that team, and I'm so mad. But I swear to God, I'm gonna come out issue 3 and be like, I like her. She's a good character. She's gonna be my new Kamala Khan, where I absolutely love her in this one book, but hate her everywhere else because she's poorly written and a bad character in everything else.
That's fair.
Because she's the new Mark Waid.
Also, LA sucks. Fuck California.
That's the whole point of the West Coast Avengers.
Yeah.
It's a bunch
All
of
of
like
California. Meet me in the squared circle.
Spuzzy. What did you learn this week?
I learned sometimes when you gotta done it, you gotta take a step back and look at what you done. Cause now I'm a motherfucking star boy. I'm a motherfucking star boy.
Jesus fucking Christ. Can we cut this?
That's
Good
it,
night,
folks.
everybody.